Sí, como 43, 54, 59,
Hey.
68. Pamela Chuchu. Vamos a echar en toda la
Por favor, no te vayas, Pamela, antes de que chuchu, Pamela chuchu, Pamela chuchu, Pamela chuchu, Pamela chuchu, Pamela chuchu, Pamela chuchu, Pamela, 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 Pamela chuchu, Pamela chuchu, Pamela chuchu, Pamela chuchu, Pamela chuchu, Pamela chuchu, Pamela. Pamela, ya le gusta el tren, no le gustan los carros en la carretera, por eso yo le digo chuchu. Pamela el tren, no le gustan los carros en la carretera, por eso yo le digo chuchu. Pamela chuchu, Pamela chuchu, Pamela chuchu, Pamela chuchu, Pamela chuchu, Pamela chuchu, Pamela, 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 Pamela.
Oh, sorry, I'm definitely YouTube late. Ooh, let me turn off my I definitely look a hot mess. Excuse me. I'm sorry, guys. I think I changed the time of my live like twice today because it was too much music playing. Everybody was showing up over here wanting to say hello and talk. So my apologies to all of you guys who did tune in. I think the first time I planned this live, it was like 9:30, 9:45, and then no, something like that. 8:30, something like that, and then I changed it again. So my apologies, but let me shout all of you guys out who did come in the live earlier. Kim Pattamore, hello. Moon Chaser, hola. Aline, V Swells, Sir Early, what's going on? Tatia, hola, more. Bruce, Life of the Party Travels, what's going on? Bitcoin, Mulano, hey, and Douglas Anderson, hey. I hope my connection is good. With the fan. Sorry if it's not. Um, as you guys know, this Dominican internet is not everything. So excuse me. But I know I have not been live in a very long time, guys. I have been busy. There's been craziness going on in these La Vega streets. Let me tell you guys, that's what I was actually going live to say hello. And then obviously, and also letting you guys know what's been going on over here this past week. It's been crazy this past week. And I'm right here, but I definitely look a hot mess. let me give you guys the scoop. This past week. Okay. To all of you. Tough. The past weekend it was tough. I'm sure you guys heard that Mr. Brown passed away. Before I even start this live and start talking about the situation that's been going on over here in DR, I just want to, just my love, my prayers, my thoughts, everything goes out to Mr. Brown and his family. That was a real hard pill to swallow hearing the news that he passed away. I know his funeral was Wednesday, but just please keep his family in your thoughts and prayers because that was just very tough, unexpected. I know death is always unexpected. These things happen, but just want to let you guys all know, just, hug your relatives, hug your friends. If you have a grudge with someone, try and put that aside because life is very, very short. It's like when one person goes, it's another person that's about to die. Like it's just crazy how life works, but life is just so short today. I'm sure you guys hear that all the time, but I just want to tell you guys just to basically, if you have a grudge with anybody or issues with anybody, try and put that to the side because when somebody goes, that's it. Like that's it. There ain't no saying sorry. There's no word. There's nothing that you can do or say once that time comes. So I just try and, I try to be civil with everybody. I don't have no grudge against anybody or no bad thoughts or anything. But, life is hard. People could be difficult. I know. But, sometimes we need to just put our pride to the side and just, keep it moving and not have like hate and anger in our hearts. Like I said, I know these days people are evil. People, don't have no care in the world, but sometimes we got to be the bigger and better person just to be like, hey, let's just cut the BS and be cool. So yes, it was difficult for me. I didn't want to, I couldn't even go live and say anything about him because it was just too emotional. Mr. Brown, I've known him for about, not personally, but just through YouTube. He's been on my past panels a lot. We've been on panels together. We became good friends just through YouTube. And, he was planning to get his passport. I know people were trying to help him get his passport so he could come out here to DR and rock with all of us who live out here and to travel to other places also. So it was just really, really, really devastating to hear the news of his passing. Obviously, I heard it through TMZ. And it was very difficult. It was very emotional. So, yeah, guys, it's just, like I said, just, I mean, I know you personally, but I do care. I do care about all of you guys. I I really do. So love you guys. I just want to say hugs and kisses to all of you. I don't know what that is. But okay, on to this live. Let me let you guys. Okay. So let's start with this past week in that passed. On top of hearing the news of Mr. Brown passing. Okay. So it was Saturday. I'm here in La Vega at the moment. As you guys know, I stay in Santiago. If you don't know, now you know I stay in Santiago. And what happened was there was a street party here in La Vega Saturday night. It started about 10 o'clock. So in the streets of La Vega, I'm gonna turn on my camera. I do look rough, but guys and talk. Hold on. If the internet doesn't act crazy, because the internet's been crazy here. Let me turn my okay, so let me tell you what happened. There was a you know if you guys can hear me and if you can't. This internet is horrible. So there was a street party here in La Vegas Saturday. A big street party, just everybody out drinking because Monday and Tuesday was a holiday here in Dominican Republic. Don't ask me what holiday it was. Work day. too busy watching this good movie on Netflix. So I didn't want to go. So it was basically, yes, of course, Ralphie and his friends were like, come on, come out. We had went to the club on Friday. I was like, I don't feel like going out to no street party and being around a whole bunch of people because they got freaking COVID, hasn't stopped here. And then they got this monkeypox going on too. It hasn't hit DR like it's hitting other parts like the United States. I know Puerto Rico is hella bad right now with the monkeypox because my family told me there that it's really bad. Here in Dominican Republic, the monkeypox situation is not very bad. I think they said it's like 6 people and it's in Santo Domingo so far. But I do not want to be around a whole bunch of people. I don't want to be in crowds or anything like that. I just rather stay civil. We here at the house tonight playing dominoes, drinking, eating. It's just chill. So I was like, nope, you guys could go and have fun at this street party. I ain't going. All right. So Ralph leaves. He goes with his friends. They get on their motorbikes and they drive to this street party that was here in La Vega. I want to say he was gone for about, no more than an hour, if that. It seemed quick. So he left, and then you just hear a bunch of motorbikes like pulling up to the house. Oye, it's muy alto. So you just hear a bunch of motorbikes like rolling up to the house. So I'm thinking like, what's going on? And he comes in the house, and I'm sitting there talking with my Dominican mom, and he was like, so there was this shootout at the street party. And we were like, what? And he was like, yeah, you guys are going to hear about it on the news, if not tonight in the morning. And I was like, a shootout? And they're like, yeah, someone got shot at the street party. So we're like, what? So I'm going to say probably like 2-3 o'clock in the morning, this video surfaces of this guy. I wish I could share it on my screen, you guys. And I'm on my phone right now, so I don't know how to share this video. I'm gonna mess with this and see if I can share the video on here. But anyways, the video shows a guy. He's just, everybody's in the street party dancing in the street. And then this guy walks up to the guy through the crowd, and you see the shot go off 3 times. Boom, 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 in the head. And then he runs, and everybody's like running. So Ralph was like, yo, he was like, he wasn't near the guy, but on the opposite side of the street where he is, where you heard the gunshots, and everybody just like darted. They're running, gunshots are going off. So I'm like, dang, are you serious? And I'm like, see, that's why I didn't even go out there. I don't do street parties like that. So anyways, guys, so that was Saturday. So he just came, we were just chilling at the house. Sunday comes, it was all on the news. In La Vega, like this guy got shot. They're looking for the person who shot him. It was so quick, nobody could tell. In the video, you could just see that he's wearing, it looked like a black hat with like a black and red jersey. Okay, so nobody don't know. It's a talk of La Vega. Oh my god. Okay, so that was Sunday. It was a talk. Monday, still the talk of the streets. Like, I'm asking, oh, anybody heard anything yet? Who it was? No. They didn't hear anything. The guy had died instantly in the street. He didn't survive, just to let y'all know, because sometimes people do survive, being shot, but this guy didn't survive. It came Tuesday. We tried to go to a freaking river on Tuesday. That didn't go well. First of all, the freaking river was freaking packed. Let me try and turn on my camera, guys. I know I look rough, but I don't hide nothing from y'all. Y'all can see me on my rough days. We tried to go to the river on Tuesday. That didn't work. I knew that wasn't going to go well because it was freaking packed. Everybody and their mama was at that river. Again, I don't do like a lot of people. So we went to the river and didn't get out and enjoy the river because it was a freaking cyclone. It was nothing but rain. Like it was freaking, oh, I'm turning off my camera. Rain and thundering like crazy. It was horrible. And when it starts to rain like that near the river, you have to leave quickly because then it starts to freaking the river starts to how do you say it? Flood. Like the river starts to flood. So it's very dangerous when you're at the river and there's a lot of rain coming. You have to leave because it overflows. Your car could get stuck in the mud. It was crazy. We were like stuck at the river for like 3 hours trying to get out of the river because of the traffic. So there went that freaking day. It was just a disaster. Like it rained the whole day. So we left. We come back home. Come back home, shower, get whatever, get changed, eat, relax. Then there was like police coming down the street, down where my Dominican family stay, where I'm at now. And there was police coming down the street, and they went to this house, and we were like, what is going on? You know? And I mean, I know a lot of people here on the street, but it was just like, oh, maybe someone got hurt, because there's a lot of elderly people that live on the street too. And so I just went back in the house. I'm like, oh, you know, whatever. Come to find out, they're looking for the guy who shot the other guy at that street party. The freaking guy, to come to find out, the guy who shot dude at the street party lived 3 freaking doors down from this house. He's only 24 years old. He's always coming here in front of the house buying liquid, like vape, because they sell vape oil. Like the boys here sell vape oil, Ralph and his brother. So he always comes and talks to me, like shakes my hand, be like, you know, good morning, good afternoon, how are you doing today? You know, ¿qué haces hoy? I'm like, oh, tranquila, aquí en la casa, nada mucho, you know, sitting there talking to him. And I'm like, what? That was not him. And like Ralph came, he was like, that was the guy. He was like, that was my neighbor who always comes here. But I've only met him. I met him last year when I was coming too. Like he doesn't, his girlfriend lives like down this street, but he be in different places. But I guess they say he does get in trouble, not with the police, but like into fights and stuff like that. Like I guess sometimes he's up to no good. But I cannot believe that guy shot the other guy like that. Like that. Like I know stuff like that happens, but you don't understand, like this community here in La Vega, everybody's very close, everybody knows each other. That guy's always in front of this house. So okay, so the police are there questioning them. The guy who he shot was a drug dealer. I still don't know why he shot him. I know they were saying like he sells cocaine, him and his father. So the police, so that was Tuesday. Then the police came back down the street Wednesday. They came and knocked on this door. I wasn't here at that time, but they wanted to speak to all of us and ask us questions. Because, I mean, he comes over here and stuff like that. So I'm sitting there, and they came. I came back. They came back that night, and they wanted to speak to me. And I'm thinking, like, hell, I'm not even from here. I don't know any of these people. I ain't saying nothing. And so they wanted to know from me, like, how often has he been here in front of the house? Have I seen him in any areas? Have I ever left the house with him? I'm like, no. I mean, he comes over here and he just buys vape oil, yada, yada. And they're like, if we have any more questions, we'll come back. Or if you like, you could come to the station if you have any more information. I'm like, hey, I don't want anything to do with this. And so then I was questioning Ralph. I was like, Ralphie, these are your people. Like, do you have any information? He was like, I don't know anything. So everybody's just like, we don't know. They just know him as the neighbor, yada, yada. I'm like, oh, shit. Like, this is all we need. Anyway, so that guy, he hasn't been caught by the police. He fled La Vega. Like, when stuff like that happened, unless you want to go to prison, obviously, you know, he'll get arrested. He has to leave. He'll never be able to come back here again. Like, he had to leave this city. They came back, and he has 2 friends that he hangs with 2 doors down too. The other neighbors that he hangs out with, they got arrested because they were with him at the night of the shooting. They didn't shoot the guy because, oh, dang, I wish I could share this video. I don't know if I could do it on my phone. If y'all see the video, y'all would be like, oh my God, that's crazy. I don't know if I could do it on my phone. I think I need to switch and get on my computer. But there are 2 other guys that he's always with. They arrested them because he's always with them. And I guess they think that they know. They probably do know stuff. They probably do know the information. Like, no more like of why he shot, maybe his whereabouts. I don't know. But they came and they arrested them. And what else has happened since then? Yeah, that's all that has happened with that. But it's just crazy because you don't really hear of like that stuff happening here in La Vega. Like, it happens, but it was literally just right down the street, that street party. And the way he just went and shot that guy like that, like to that boom, 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 3 times to the head and just left. It was just like, what the hell was that for? Last month, he was here next door at the house, and this girl came on the motorbike, and she was driving and she was just cussing. I was sitting outside by myself at that time. She came and she was just cussing and she was just going off looking for him. And then he was yelling at her, and then he jumped on his bike and he left. Like, he jumped on his bike and he like drove like away fast. And then she got on her bike and she drove away like fast too after him. And I'm just like, what is going on? Like, what is going on with this guy? So yeah, craziness, y'all. Just craziness here in La Vega with that. Let me see. I'm checking you guys' comments. Kim Padamore, the Trinitario shooting the neighborhood up. You might as well say that. They said he's not in no gang, but Ralphie been mean. Ralphie's Ralphie so early. I'll go put the camera on him later. I want him to come and interrupt our live. You know how he is when he knows I'm on live. Yes, rest in peace, Mr. Brown. What's going on, DJ? Fuck you. Like, every time I say that name, I'm just laughing. Hey, Tiny Tim. Hello. Santo Domingo Fire. This was in La Vega. Hey, The Voice. Where have you been? Ooh, now I just lost all you guys' comments. Here we go. I look a hot mess. I know I have no business being on live like this, but I don't care at the moment, guys. I'm really just like, bleh. Let me see. Comments. That was a hit. Hello, everything is good. And Ralphie. Ralphie's outside. Ralphie. How is Ralph? Ralphie's Ralphie. Ralphie's been sick. I guess he's feeling good. He outside playing dominoes, but Ralphie's Ralphie. I think Ralphie has something to do with this too, to be honest. Because it's like every time he knows somebody, like they be getting in trouble. I'm not trying to blame him because he doesn't hang out with that guy. He definitely don't hang out with him, but it's like, I mean, you can't help who hangs out in the neighborhood. He don't be around him, but I'm like, dang, it's always something. Hey, Blue Hennets, what's going on? Oh my God, you were 20 even on your off. I look a hot mess. I got this stupid thing on my head because it was freaking hot today. It's been hot here in DR. It's been hot. Like today was freaking hot. La Vega crime has made the news and YouTube in the past. They say the police there is corrupt. I know they. The only thing I know, Douglas Anderson, about what happens here in La Vega is it's always like sometimes like an issue with drugs. Santiago too, where I stay. Like you're hearing more in the news about drug bust and about people illegally having like guns because guns are illegal here. So in Santiago's got pretty. I'm like, what the heck is going on here in Santiago? Because it's always something in the news about a drug bust, somebody smuggling drugs, guns, people being shot in Santiago too, being robbed. The robbing is getting crazy in Santiago. Like in public places now, people who be sitting there with their phone to their ear are like, they're holding up guns. Half of the time it's not. The guns are not, don't have bullets. It's like to scare you, like, give me your phone or give me your purse. Like petty, like little thefts like that. But then you see people, like a lot more in Santo Domingo, people sitting like outside in a outdoor place drinking, and then 3 people getting off a motorbike and pointing a gun and saying, give me your jewelry, give me your earrings, give me your watch, give me your phone. Like you're seeing it a lot. And they're not saying that is their excuse. It's tough times here. These people do not make no money here. As you guys know, Dominicans don't make any money here. It's tough. It's tough. Let me tell you. We were just talking about today. We were talking about military, the Dominican military. That Ralph was telling me, he was pointing to this guy who, I don't know if he got kicked out the military here or he got out the military And when he got out, he was getting into all types of trouble. And what happened was, he was saying his job in the military, he was only making $300 a month in the military here. My other brother's girlfriend, who waitresses, she only makes $215 a month. They don't make anything. And then a lot of them have a lot of kids. They live like in a house with families, like 6, 7, like a whole bunch of family, like a whole bunch of people. And it's like, how can only one person be working in that home? And how can that person with $300 a month or $200 a month feed all these people in the house? They make it work now. Like, Dominicans know how to hustle. They definitely know how to hustle. Like, they can make it work with some rice, plátanos, and beans. You may not have no meat, but they know how to hustle and make it work. You know what I mean? And then they have a lot of family. The family's not going to let you starve and not let you eat nothing. People come over here to my Dominican's mom's house and family just to visit. And the first thing she does is go in the kitchen, give them a drink, and give them food. So I can't say that people here are starving, but the food here has gone up since COVID. Since that, especially, I've been coming here, September will be for 5 years, even though I live here now. But the food has gone up. Like, the price of the food it's expensive. Like, I'd be in there and I'm like, when was this $4 for this? You know what I mean? So it's expensive. And I'd be like, how do they afford this? Like, the chicken, the meat, like things like that, it's gone up in price. So it is difficult for them, and that's the reason why a lot of people are robbing people. Not saying it's right, but that's the reason why a lot of them are going into stores and robbing the stores. They're robbing the lottery places where you go play the lottery. They're going and robbing those places and trying to take the money. Like, it's been crazy. He watching now. You don't know I got a YouTube page. Hey, T Gates. I live in Santiago also and spend a lot of time in La Vega. DR is definitely changing very rapidly to me, and not for the good. Prices are increasing, but their salary is not. Facts, T Gates. And hey, T Gates, it's nice to know somebody else that lives in Santiago. Yeah, it is. It's definitely changing. I mean, prices with rent of apartments, with houses. The price has gone up drastically. It has, not to where like someone like an American can't afford it. Obviously, like I can afford it, but it's like, dang, what happened to the lower prices? You know what I mean? And sometimes when I'm in the store and I'm buying stuff, I'm like, dang, this would have been the same price as something that I would have bought in the States. Like, for example, what did I buy the other day? Because sometimes I'll wear like contacts, so I bought like a big bottle of contact solution, which I was like mad the other day because I was in the store in Jumbo and I was like, where's the freaking contact solution? And the lady was like, oh, you have to go to the pharmacy for that. I was like, the pharmacy? And I was like, so y'all don't sell it like in the regular store? She's like, no, you have to go to the pharmacy for stuff like that. I was like, oh my God. So I went there, and this thing was about, I mean, in the States, it would cost me about probably like $5 for this large thing. And here was about 4 something. I guess you could have said it could have been like near like $5 for this bottle of contact solution. I'm like, well, hot damn. Because I remember it wasn't even that expensive before. So yeah, the prices have definitely gone up here in the DR. And I don't see how a lot of people can afford a lot of stuff here. Then again, like places where I shop, like Jumbo and I go Bravo, I shop there. That's like a cheap store. But a lot of people can't afford stuff there. A lot of people just go to the Colmados, which are just like the little corner stores like here on the street in every neighborhood. They usually have like a Colmado, and you could go there and buy like toilet tissue, toothpaste, toothbrush. If you only need to buy 3 diapers for your baby, they'll open like a pack of diapers and give you like 3 diapers. If you want 1 condom, they'll open a box of condoms and give you 1 condom. Like it just depends what you want. They'll give it to you, and it's much cheaper than going to like a store, like an actual tienda. So yeah, it's that's what only a lot of people could afford here. Hey Terrell, how are you? Happy Friday. It's still Friday. Kyla, you living in the hood? I knew you liked them gangsters. I definitely don't. And this is not even the hood. I'm not around the hood. I don't live in the hood. I have driven through the hood, but this is not the hood where I don't live in the hood, especially in Santiago. I definitely don't. I definitely live in a quiet, peaceful area. I'm gonna have to go live for y'all. It seems like every time I go live, I'm here in La Vega, but I'm gonna have to go live for y'all when I'm in Santiago. It's very chilled. It's chilled here. It's quiet here. But I don't know. Lately, people have just been wilding out, like here in La Vega, like everywhere, Santiago too. But here in La Vega, also, like it's just been crazy. That's right. Don't snitch. I have nothing to snitch. Okay, sorry guys, that was my internet. I'm so sorry. No, I'm not gonna snitch. Even if I knew that guy ain't snitching. Homeboy shooting people in the head like that. I ain't got nothing to say. I don't know anybody. I'm not from here. I'm just visiting. Like they knew I was American because they were like, just say you don't speak Spanish. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna speak Spanish. I definitely know Spanish, but I don't know him and I ain't from here. And that's just it. I'm not moving to another country to duck gunshots. I mean, it happens everywhere. No place is perfect, but no place is perfect. I definitely do feel safer here than I do in the United States, where I came from. I feel so much safe. So much. This is something that happens like every blue moon. This is not an everyday thing, not an every month thing. It's like a few months you'll hear something like this that happens. You know what I mean? But I mean, it is what it is. Like, there's no fear in me. Like, oh my gosh, I can never go out in the streets. I mean, Dominicans are very nice. They're peaceful people. They don't be just out in the street trying to just hurt anybody they don't. Now, if you have problems with somebody, serious problems, the reason that guy went and did that to that guy, they had a feud. Something was going on between them. They knew each other. No one don't know the whole story. The only thing that we know about the guy that died was he was a drug dealer. He was a dealer. He dealt cocaine. That's the only thing that we know about that guy. We don't know why that guy went and shot him in the head, but it was some type of drama between them two that caused him to do that. I don't know if it has something to do with money. It usually does, or it could be anything. They say usually when when issues like that happen, it can have something to do with money, or if another guy messed with another girl, a guy's girl or wife, they do stuff like that. Yeah, if you're messing like with a family member, you owe somebody, and they like things like that. Like, it has to be something serious, usually, for somebody just to go up to a person and do that. But he definitely knew that guy. So, Tiny Tim, yep, she's like, Kyla, police informant. I'm definitely not. I was just sitting there like, come on, huh? No, no. I know. Cops just want to see you on a personal level. They sure do, Douglas Anderson. They be sitting there smiling, talking to me. I'm like, aren't you supposed to have a serious face? Like, you're not supposed to be sitting there asking where I'm from, how old I am, and, oh, how do you like it here in Dominican Republic? Somebody just got murdered, sir. Let's be serious here. They do. I can't. The police here, um, they do. They be trying to talk and they be smiling. How are you? I be waving to them. I'm like, okay, como tu estás hoy? I say hello to them. I'm nice to everybody. He told the police he buys bait with the. No, they were saying because the only time we see him is when he comes here to buy vape liquid. We're like, we don't know of him. We don't be around him. That's what he does. He comes here and he buys bait, and that's what his mother had told the police too, because they're like, who in the area or here in the neighborhood does he hang around? She was like, I don't know. I just know he goes here to the Comado and buys food. He goes to this house to buy the vape liquid. Nada más, nada más. So yeah, Kyla lives 3 houses down from the. Be quiet, Kim Patmore. Oh my God, they call you a snitch, so I handled that, yo. So I'm definitely not a snitch. I definitely know how to keep things on the low. Ralphie going to jail. Ralphie going to jail. He sold him some vape that made him go crazy. That would be freaking hilarious. Oh my gosh. Kylon Crime Stoppers Anonymous tip line. Y'all are too much. Kyla neighbor putting a dude. What's it say? Hold on. Kyla neighbor putting a dude in an pack. I wish I could share the video. Let me see what I could do. Note to self: if doing a crime, don't do it when Kyla's around. I wasn't even around when that crime happened. I had nothing to do with it. I wasn't even there. I didn't even see it. Granny Mango hours. A few years ago, a dude tried to rob a Banca lottery. Douglas Anderson, that just happened again. That just happened again in May. And La Vega Security blew his head top off. It was on YouTube. That wasn't a few years ago, Douglas Anderson. That was this year. That was this year in La Vega. Yes, he tried to rob that's what I was just talking about. That was this year, sweetie. Who's Ralphie? Mi hermano. Tiny Tim, where have you been? I know you've seen Ralph on my channel before. He's always on my channel. Bad luck for him. Dominican police are corrupt. They say it. I haven't seen them do anything. I just know every time when I'm walking or jogging or somewhere, they're always questioning Haitians. I've never seen them be mean with Dominican people. Now the Haitian people, every time there's a Haitian in the street and they're on the moto, that moto stops quick and they turn around and follow the Haitian, and basically they ask the Haitian, they be asking the Haitian, like, where are your papers? Because, if Haitians are here illegally and they don't have ID or something, hold on, y'all. If they're here illegally, then yeah, you gotta like bounce, or they basically put you in a police car and they'll take you back on the border. But Haitians are not supposed to be here illegally, so they be out looking for them. They be messing with me, and they say, we're gonna say you're Haitian, so they could. I'm like, whatever. Hey, Marshawn, happy Friday. How are you, sweetie? Ralphie is the police. He's definitely not the police. Ralphie can't snitch on nobody. That fool's been in trouble a lot with the police. The police know who Ralphie is. His picture's probably up in the freaking police station. He's been. You so be quiet. I am. I don't know nothing. Bipolar. I don't know nothing. Salute to Bipolar and all of you. I'm still just reading you guys' comments. People been warning me about the Delinquencia in Santiago for a while now. Whenever I tell them that I'm thinking about moving there. Douglas Anderson, just move here and don't worry about what people say. It's all good here. Your soy top lips are real juicy. They're definitely not. They're definitely dry. Where is my lip gloss? Let me put some on. $300 a month, that's one Western Union. $300 a month, that's one Western Union to my chica. Y'all are hilarious. It's nothing. They don't make anything here. They don't make anything here. Look, y'all got me. Still not juicy enough. But no, y'all just in time for the Granny Mango Challenge. Peeling mango with just mouth yo soy. I think I have some mangoes, so I can show you guys how to do the mango challenge. Why do you wear contacts? Because I can't see very far, Ken. I'm nearsighted, so if something's very, very far, I gotta wear contacts. Okay, that's the only flaw that I have, is I have to wear my contacts. Any BP stores? What are BP stores so early? Hold on, guys. Hold on. This freaking internet. I'm still here. Can you guys see me? But I got a tinkle. So hold on, you guys. I'm about to put you guys on mute. I definitely got to pee. Hold on. Too much information, I know. But yeah, Poppy. I'm here, guys. Give me 1 second. Yes, Tinkle, Sir Early. I do use Tinkle. Because I only got a tinkle. I don't got a pee. Got a tinkle. Whatever. Guys, just give me a minute. Okay, I'm back. Let me see why are y'all in the comments laughing? Let me see what smart remark or something smart y'all are in here talking about. Excuse the music. I'm about to move to a quieter area so I don't get freaking. Okay. Back to what I was saying. Excuse the background noise. And I did wash my hands, unlike some of y'all in this chat who don't wash your hands after you pee. I do. Oh man, I turned on the right night. Let's see the granny mango challenge. Okay. One rubber for $3. Probably. Yeah, where is Swells? Do they sell loose cigarettes? Yes, they do, Kim Patamore. If you want one cigarette, you can just pay for one cigarette. At the Comado, not in the store, but at the Comado, yes. They do not wear glasses or contacts in the DR, if you notice. You would think everyone has 20/20. No, it's dinero. Also, why they do not use the staple black pepper, because it is expensive. I've seen a lot of people. No, you're right, T-Gate. I seen a couple of people with glasses. I think maybe a lot of people don't wear glasses or contacts because they can't afford it. I think it's like expensive for them to get. I don't know, because I know like my Dominican mom, her eyes are bad. For example, her eyes are bad, T Gates. And when like you hand her the phone, she'd be like this. And I'd be like, do you have glasses? And she's like, no. And I'm like, you've never worn glasses? She was like, my eyes are bad, but I don't have glasses. I'm like, well, you need to get you some. Like, go get your eyes checked and see. But I like, it's just like I think it's like a money thing, or they don't have health insurance. A lot of them here don't have health insurance. Um, some people in my family don't have health insurance because they be like, oh, my stomach, I have the flu, I have gripe, tengo gripe, and I'm like, well, go to the hospital and make sure that's what you have. Like, make sure you don't have espérate, papi. Make sure you don't have like COVID or something. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on, and they don't go because they don't have health insurance, which is sad because it's not expensive. Like, I could go to the hospital and have like something seriously wrong with me, and they do like oye, portate bien, okay, papi, portate bien. Estoy en vivo. Portate. Okay, yo hablo con ella, pero tranquilo, okay? Okay, gracias. Um, um, yeah, a lot of them don't have like health insurance, so they just basically try and wean it out, just be at home, making like natural tea, soup, whatever, trying to clear it up. And I'm like, dang. So let me just give you an example of like uh uh the sister of my Dominican mom, her grandchild, for example, she was climbing on top of the pasola, the bikes that they ride, and she fell off. It wasn't moving; it was just parked. But there was no grass; it's just like rocks, like gravel. So she fell off the bike. She only had on her diaper, or her pula, whatever. She fell off the bike, and when she fell off the bike, she scratched like the whole side because she fell on her side. So you can imagine, like, she scraped the whole side of her, like, it was like the side of her back. And she was like, it was bad. So I'm like, she needs to go to the hospital. This was when I was here 2 years ago. I was like, dang, like, she needs to go to the hospital. A lot of blood, a lot of bleeding. They're just in there trying to clean it up, rocking her to sleep. And I'm like, take her to the hospital. Like, it's bad. It looks bad. Nobody's not listening to me. They're just like looking at me like I'm crazy. And I'm like, what the heck? I kid you not, that little girl was miserable for like 5 days straight. They were putting I forgot what they were putting on it. Like, she was miserable. And I come to find out after that, like, she healed up, she was fine. I guess that's just something what they do. Like, it's like, oh, it's not a broken bone or anything like that. So they just cure it at home because they're like, it's going to be expensive if we take her to the hospital. And I know in the States, a lot of people are like that too. They're like, it's just a scrape. Like, what are they going to do at the hospital? Bandage it up, and that's going to be like a medical bill. I go to the hospital for every little thing. And maybe because I'm a military brat, raised in the military, worked on the military base, yada, yada. I go to the hospital on the base. I ain't got to pay for nothing. Like, medical is free. Dental is free for me, everything. So for me, any little thing, I'm going to the hospital. I can understand, like, people don't have that luxury to do that. I get it. Like, I understand. But I'm just like, when it comes to a child, like, even a child getting, like, the baby got his hand slammed in the door. They didn't know he was right there, and they slammed the door. And he was miserable for a few days, and he couldn't use his hand. And I'm like, oh, shit. Like, he needs to go to the hospital. They didn't take him to the hospital. They were putting, like, freaking cream, like the Vaporub. If you guys don't know what the Vaporub is, that's the Vicks. Do you know that little jar of blue stuff, the Vicks? Like, if you have like a cold, you put on your chest. Like, my mom used it a lot with me. Cubans use it a lot too. Like, all over Latin America, they use the they say Vaporub, but they use like the Vaporub. They put on your chest, the bottom of your feet, put socks. It smells like mint. I know y'all know what that is. Black people use it too. But they swear by that stuff. They swear that cures everything. They lather that baby's hand up with that stuff, and I'm like, that is not going to cure his hand. That's not going to make his hand feel better. Y'all putting freaking vape, the Vicks vape, the Vicks minty stuff on his hand. And I'm just like, oh my God, and I'm frustrated. Like, this is not right. Like, this is not right. Like, how are you going to have a child and the child is not going to have insurance? Like, kids need insurance. Kids get sick easily. Kids, yada, yada. I don't know. I'm still learning things while I'm here. I'm still seeing things that I'm like, what? But when you see like a mother who her kids are already grown and she's raised 4 kids, I guess I just should keep my mouth closed, because people do things different in countries. It's not like us in America, a child's sick or whatever, you rush your child to the hospital, or if you're sick, you go to the hospital. How we do it, like here, they be making all this natural stuff, but it works. Like the 2 kids that I saw that happen to, they were fine. They're living. They're not having any problems. But it's just like sometimes the situation just looks too serious to ignore, and just to throw whatever on their cut or on their hand when they can't move their hand for a few days. And just like, I don't know. To me, that's just hard. Life. I was in a war in a foreign country in 1990. What war, Kim Padmore? What war were you in? Hey, Bitcoin, money, drugs, females, the usual reason. Yeah, it had something to do, something with that Douglas Anderson, for that guy to have taken that other guy's life. And like I said, the other guy, it was a drug thing. So that too, people get killed all the time in the streets for that. Does the Dominican Republic have homicide detective? Good question, Kid Padmore. I don't know, but I will ask for you. That was a few years ago, but I guess it just happened again. Like I'm telling you, that happened either May. It didn't happen in June. That happened in May with another guy here in La Vega trying to rob that Lotteria, whatever it is, that place. And yeah, he got killed. Hey, AJ, how are you? Haitians are walking ATM for the police. And Kim Padmore, you know what I found out today? Because I saw it happen in Santiago. It was four police on 2 motorbikes, and the Haitian was actually going in his pockets. Now, I was driving, so I didn't see what he pulled out. But when I asked, they were like, "Oh, he was paying the police off, basically, to let him go." And the police do. You pay them, they'll be like, "Oh, you can walk. You good." But I'm like, another police is going to pull the same Haitian guy over and ask the same thing. So they got to pay their way through they have to pay their way through the day. That's crazy. To me, that's crazy. But they do it. I'm like, they don't make no money over here to be paying the police. And I wonder how much the police be asking them for. I'm curious to know how much the police ask them for, because Haitians ain't making buku money over here either. How the police know they Haitian? They racially profiling over there in DR? Sounds like America. Good question, Tiny Tim. I've asked that question too, because there are a hell of a lot of Dominicans over here that be looking as dark and crispy as Haitians. But they know. I don't know how they know, but I mean, they know. They've been living around Haitians like forever. They know when you're Haitian. I could point out some Haitians over here too, but there's been a few times where I've been like, she's Haitian. And they're like, "No, she's Dominican." And I'm like, "What?" And Sadio, and yeah, she's Dominican, but could pass as a Haitian person. So I don't know how they know, but they know. They've never pulled over a person who they thought was Haitian, and it happened to be a Dominican. They know. And I think the stupidest thing I've ever heard when it came to me asking the question, how do you know when someone is Haitian? They say because their nose is like this. You know how people say like a black person's nose is flat? Like I've heard people say, like people used to ask me in school, they'd be like, "What is your nationality?" And I'm just like looking at them like, "Why? What are you talking about?" They're like, "Well, you may have black in you, I don't know, but we could tell by your nose, Kyla, that you're not black." And I'm like, "What the heck?" Like, I never heard that in my life. And I'm sitting here looking in the mirror like, my nose? I mean, yeah, I have a different type of nose. I guess I have a Cuban nose. But I'm like, what? So you guys look at people's noses and say, "Oh, you're this ethnicity"? I was like, that's the sorriest thing I've ever heard. The stupidest thing I've ever heard before. But that's what I hear over here because of their hair. And I'm like, you can't say that because there's a whole bunch of Dominicans here with the kinkiest hair. Like the kinkiest hair. So don't say that because their hair is bad hair. And they say that too, and I hate that. I hate that term, bad hair. Because look at your sister, look at your brother. I'm touching your brother's hair, and I'm touching a Haitian's hair, and it's the same freaking texture. So that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. before. The texture of their hair is very kinky and their nose is flat. They can't say because they're very, very dark. I've heard that too. They're very, very dark. There's a freaking bunch of dark purple Dominicans over here too. So I just hate when sometimes you can ask people over here a question about a Haitian person and they describe their own people. That's just, I'm like, you describing your people. Like y'all look the same. They don't like to hear that though. They don't like to hear that. La Vega is a little racist against Haitians. I saw a video where the Dominicans practically tried to lynch a Haitian because he crashed his moto into another moto concho and injured him. I think Douglas Anderson. The crazy thing about it is Douglas Anderson, they'll say things about Haitians, but a lot of these Haitian guys be definitely boning these Haitian girls on the low. Let me just say that. They definitely be boning these Haitian girls on the low. They won't bring a Haitian girl home and introduce her to the parents and be like, hey, this is my girlfriend, because the parents won't like that. Not all of them. There's some Dominican people here in La Vega who are friends with them who are married to Dominican guys married to Haitian women. I mean, there are Dominicans here married to Haitians, but it always goes back to the history, what's happened in history, which I don't understand. I mean, Haitians are nice. I've seen some beautiful Haitian women over here. I don't know. I be like trying to hook them up with hate. I'd be like, but she's Haitian. So what? So what if she's Haitian? They're just like, oh, I can't. I don't get it, but I think it's I guess I'll never understand. And they told me you'll never understand. Well, I guess I won't, but I still think it's stupid. So whatever. Kyla, don't rub your lips again. You know I'm old. My heart can't take all that excitement. For you, Tiny Tim. You would think it was a scene from Mississippi back in the 40s or 50s. Crazy. The 25 cents Dominican Wi-Fi needs to go. And the crazy thing is, I am on the Wi-Fi. Usually I use because I'm connected to T-Mobile here. On my phone, I am not using Claro. I'm not using, what's the other one that they have? I know Claro's the big one. I don't be using, but I connect to the Wi-Fi, but I usually just use my internet when it gets bad. It only happens when I'm here in freaking La Vega. They need stronger Wi-Fi. Can we hear you pee? Oh my God, that was so absolutely not Bitcoin. Dang. A few good Dominicans saved him and they rushed him off on a bike to help to the police station. Who, Douglas Anderson? Your soy toys in store. I am gonna come out with my own toy. You could have left the camera on. We all have just covered our eyes. You wouldn't be able to see me, Fat Matt, because I would have put my camera down anyway. It was sitting down. One cigarette, $5. How could they not afford glasses, but they all have braces? Ooh, that is such a good question. Facts. A lot of Dominicans here have braces. A lot of them. I see it a lot. A lot of them have braces here. But like you said, no glasses. I don't know. How can they afford glasses, but every Dominican has a brand new pair of Jordans? I haven't seen that, Bitcoin. Now they have them fake Jordans. Definitely not the real. Unless a family member is bringing it to them. So if you are Dominican and need glasses, everybody just look good. What's the problem with that? You just think everybody cute. They wear glasses, but it's not prescription glasses. Like, for example, my Dominican mom, she has glasses, but they're not prescription. Because she be wearing glasses, and I'm like, oh. And she'd still be squinching through the glasses. And I'm like, those are not prescription? No. And I'm like, oh, my goodness. Okay. I know a couple of Dominican women that wear glasses and no, I didn't pay for them. Are you sure, Life of Bill? You could tell us. Like, I'm not going to judge. I don't judge anybody. That explains why Dominicans feel it's okay if you bought them. The glasses makes a lot of sense. That explains why they all think they look so good. They can't really see. It's not their fault. Y'all are hilarious. Bootleg Jordans, Fuji's, LV, etc., etc. It's all bootleg. Pretty much. A lot of things here are bootleg. Everything. What's going on, Curl? How you been, my Curl? I missed you. How are you? Knockoff costs and be trying to like sell these things for like expensive prices. They be in the street in Santiago when you be in traffic trying to sell GPSs, and I'd be like, I bet you they don't work. They be looking nice though, some of the GPSs, but I'm like, I am not getting no GPS. I'll happily use my phone to get where I need to get. No, thank you. Man, I'm trying to get myself a pair of buffs. I'd be damned if I buy a chick something I ain't even got. Yeah, if you got a broken arm, just drink ginger ale. Pretty much. Bitcoin, that's why they all wear spandex. They can't see it, don't fit. Y'all are hilarious. Vaporub, Vicks, Vapor Rub. Yes. They use it for everything. Dominicans go to the hospital for everything. Not here in La Vega, I guess they don't, Fat Mac, because they talking about they don't have insurance to go. They can't afford it. Hi, Kyla. This is a great discussion. Hi, T Grooves. I don't know if you're new here, but thanks for joining. I'm glad it's a good discussion. Hey, Drees. Might as well use Robitussin. They don't even got that. For the kids, they're like, the medicine is better in the United States. No cough syrup, nothing for the babies. Nothing. They're like, tea. I'm like, what type of tea? The tea has honey. The tea has honey. What else? Orange juice. Like, they just make a natural. Oh, that's what they said. Okay, let me tell you. Okay, that's what my Dominican mom said. So the baby, he's not a baby, he's 5 years old. He was sick the other week. And he kept waking up in the middle of the night coughing. He kept complaining his throat was sore. She gives him one big, the fat not teaspoons, but the fat spoons. The fat spoons. She fills it up with honey. Is it honey? Wait, guys. No, coconut oil. And she was like, tell your friends and family if they have a sore throat, if they're running a fever. Listen, you guys, this is what I was told to tell you. Take a big teaspoon. You know the cooking oil that you use to cook? Make sure it's coconut oil, not canola oil, but coconut oil. Put a spoonful of that in a spoon. Take one spoonful, drink it, and you will be good. Another thing, also, if you guys get COVID, and you could use this. I put this on my body, guys. Telling you one of my little beauty secrets. You also, Kyla does not use lotion, Nivea. I used to use Nivea, like stuff like that. I use the organic natural stuff. So this is what I put all over my body. I use virgin coconut oil. This is very good stuff. As soon as I hop out of that shower or that bath, I lather myself in this. You could get this from your health store or whatever. It's 100% virgin, natural, and it's from fresh coconut. And you could also use it for cooking and baking, salad dressing, but it's very excellent for skincare and for body massages and hair care. So you can use this for everything. You can even use it for, yeah. So, yeah, and you put it on, it tastes good, like everything. So, for you guys too, but I'm just saying, like, that's the natural stuff. It makes your skin look nice and smooth and healthy. And I put it on my face, like I put it everywhere, like it's really nice. So, but anyway, that is like what they give like the kids, like, and they said if you have COVID, you need to take a spoonful of that too, and it should clear up your COVID. This is what they say. If you get sick and you guys try and do it and it don't work, don't come for me. I will put them right on live and you guys can explain to them that it did not work for you. But that's what they said. It works. Two-cent cures everything. Apple cider vinegar. World War I. Two gates. Yes, it's money and not all are blind, but notice they cannot see good. They use vapor rub for everything. If you tell them different, they look at you like you're crazy. Facts. But my family did too. Not for like serious things like that, but my mom, she did. When me and my brother and my sister were sick, I remember I could smell vapor rub with it not even being near me. Like my mom used to lather my butt down in that stuff when I was young. I was raised on that. So, but I'm just saying, like, how they use it here for serious stuff, like where you need to be in the hospital, to me, that's just crazy. Kyla, we know the Vicks. You rub it on the neck, chest, back, a dab in each nostril, yeah. Put it on the feet, then put socks on, wear a turtleneck, go to sleep and wake up. Yes, Tiny Tim. Forgot the top lips. Yes, that is how it's done. Hi, Kyla. Love those Woodstock vibes you got going on. What's Woodstock vibes, Dries? What's that? Put vapor rub on your cat and you gonna be calling the fire. Now, I've never done that. But I'm sure, Sir Early, that is the truth. Yes. Mannerism, the way they move, then when they speak and they're not as aggressive or confident like Dominicans. Mm-hmm. That is because we think Haitian is a color. It is not. Dominicans are the same shades as us, light brown to purple black. Facts, like the texture of the hair, the nose. Not every freaking Dominican. That's what they're saying. Like Haitian people's noses are different too. No, they're not. Dominicans be having what you be saying, like the flat noses, the black people noses. Dominicans have all different shapes of noses. Like I just be looking at them like, are you freaking kidding me? Like some of the stuff that is said. Like, I just want to pull a Haitian off the street and then pull a Dominican and be like, tell me the difference between these two. From the hair to the color of their skin to the shape of their nose, since you say that they all have flat noses or big noses. The nostrils are supposedly huge. It sounds racist, but whatever. You're so looking like Maya. Who's that, Sir Early? Who's Maya? That's like white men in the South. I think it's racist. Hello, you're so Kyla, long time no see. How are you? Hi, Carl. I'm doing okay here. Darting bullets. Staying low. Not trying to get hit with a bullet here, but I'm doing great. I'm just joking. Everything's good. What's going on, Mad Cow? How are you doing? I hope good. They share the same island. It's goofy as hell. But they be talking so bad. And I'm just like, is this like necessary? They talk bad, but they be in the street talking to them. They're Haitian people that live the house. Literally, I could take 5 steps and be at a Haitian person's house. And they be over here playing dominoes with them. There's this one Haitian guy that be here playing dominoes. And they just like goody, like friends. But then y'all talk about Haitian people. And I don't know. It's just different. It's just different here. Kyla, will they think I'm Haitian if I'm in DR? No, Terrell, because you don't fit that how they describe a Haitian person. You'll be looked at as American, Terrell. I've been over here for a long time and people stare at me. They know I'm not from here. Well, when I was in the club on Friday, this past weekend, a week from today, I was in the club. And this girl was sitting at the table with us. It was a friend of Ralph's, this female who, that's another story I ain't gonna go into because I almost had to knock her in her head. I know she was drunk, but come on, some people know what they do when they're drunk. When we leave the club and we go get food, don't put your finger in my plate of food. Like that. Who does that? Chick, I just say hello to you in the club. I just said hello to you in the club. I wasn't dancing around you. I wasn't having no conversation with you. And then we get out to this other location. We ain't in the same vehicle. You in a whole other vehicle. And I'm sitting there. I get my plate of chicken with my tostones. You ain't got no money, I guess. You the only one who don't got a plate in your hand. Me and Ralph were sharing a whole plate. And you come and put your fingers in our plate to grab a tostone. I had to push that plate to the side and put my finger in her face and Ralph, no, don't fight. Kyla's about to fight. Shut up, fool. I ain't about to fight. I just wanted to say some words to her. Like, that is disrespectful and that is rude. I understand you've had a lot of drinks tonight. We've all had a lot to drink tonight. But that's freaking disrespectful. Don't do that shit again. Like, don't do that shit again. And I got myself a whole new plate. Like, I don't even know you. And even if I did know, you don't put your fingers in my plate. I don't know where your freaking hands been. Like that. All right, let's not change the subject. Like she put her hands in my plate, you guys. She put her hands in my plate. And then she asked me, "Did you want to go to the river tonight?" And I was like, at 2:00 in the morning? Who goes to the river at 2:00 in the morning? So we could go to the river and have sex. Who's having sex in the river? What are you talking about? I know you ain't talking about me. I definitely don't roll that way. And she was just sitting there quiet. Oh, you're American. You're American. Anyways, next discuss. Let's just keep the comments going. Hi, finding love in the Dominican Republic. How are you? That's like the first. And I talked to some Dominican females here, mostly just people that's in the family. I have some Dominican friends who are not family, but I don't really roll with the Dominican chicks here like that. And not because I choose not to. It's just, how can I explain? I see what goes on these men's panels when they're saying, be careful when you come here and you're finding love in Dominican Republic, what a lot of women want. Because the first thing they ask me when they know I'm American, not the first thing, but when we go into a conversation, do I know any single guys? And I'm like, here we go. Do I have any single friends? Which I do. Do I know any single guys? I would like to meet Dominicans. Yes, I do. But I know where it's heading. Not saying all the Dominican women here are bad, but it's heading to, they want to go to America. They want to be in America living there. They want a big house. They want a guy that makes good money. They want, and I'm like, what are you going to do? Like, what are you going to do? So you just want a guy to come over here and take care of you? Like, I know that's what men do, but the Dominican men are bad. I hear that all the time from the females here. But these Dominican chicks out here are horrible too. They are horrible too. They be talking about, oh, you can't trust Dominican guys. Oh, my ex, da 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 da. But you here in the club, and you supposedly have a boyfriend who's working right now or can't come to the club, but you over here grinding on this guy. But you in my face saying that you want me to hook you up with a guy from the United States because the Dominican guys can't be trusted. But you up in here and you got a whole man at home and a whole child, and you up in here grinding in the club and jumping in this guy's car and here with us sitting here trying to get some food, but Dominican guys can't be trusted. These girls are not all of them, but I know some bad Dominican women over here too, who I just be like, hot damn, you married and you over here trying to talk to my brother and you up in the house and trying to go in the room. Like, what? Wait a minute. I don't need no people rolling over here with no machetes and no guns because you are lying that you ain't got no man and that you're single and you have a whole man. I just saw you. I was just with you. You have a whole man. You ain't trying to get nobody over here shot or chopped up because that's what they do over here. I've met 3 people so far over here in La Vega who have served more than 20 years in prison for killing their wife. Here in Dominican Republic, when you murder somebody, I think they said depending on the situation, you only serve 30 years. And I said, say what? You only serve 30 years or 20 years. It depends. I met a guy, he is 58 years old, and he caught his wife with another man. He walked in on them and he killed his wife. The other guy he beat, and I guess the guy got away. I don't know. But he killed his wife. I think he stabbed her to death. He killed her though. And he served his time. He served over 25 years in prison. So that's one thing when it comes to Dominican guys, to all you females who are on my chat, because Dominican guys are very jealous. The females are too. They don't play. Like I've met 3 people who have served time for killing their wives or their girlfriends. It's crazy. And I don't know until after the fact. I never know anything about anybody until we've already left that person. We've already finished chilling with him. And then they'll be like, oh, Kyla, you know that Luis, who you just met, who we were just over there with? Yeah, what about Luis? Oh, he was married. He had a wife about 30 years ago that he murdered. I'm like, say what? Whoa, wow. Because she was cheating on him. Yeah, there's been Dominican guys who have cut off their wives' heads with a machete for cheating. They do not play over here. That's like serious. I know in other places it's serious, but usually, you know, the wife gets beat or something like that. But over here, they're like no bloodshed, like murder. Like I'm killing this biatch for doing that. And and then when you're talking about something, or if I see something in the news in the United States and I'm like, oh shit, like this girl got beat up by her husband or her boyfriend, and they'll be like, por qué? And I'm like, oh, because he caught her cheating. And they're like, oh, well, that's good. And I'm like, oh shit. They're like, she could have had worse if she was over here. Like, that's nothing. I'm like, oh wow. So yeah, it's pretty serious over here when it comes to that. So women too. I'm sure Dominican women have been caught murdering their husband, but they're crazy. Like they don't play when it comes to that. On to you guys' comments. Braces are like buying shoes or a bag. They really do not need braces. It is a status thing like buying a rollie. Oh, really, T Gates? I didn't know that. But a lot of people do here have braces. They do. I'm good, lady. Thank you for asking. I'm glad that you're good, Carl. You're welcome. I'm glad that you're good. They can't afford it, but they drink and Brugal every weekend and Presidente. Facts. That's another thing that has me like be sitting here questioning stuff like, you sitting over here drinking Brugal and Presidente, but you talking about you hungry and you ain't got money to go get a chimney or something like that. Like, but I mean, if they can't afford it, you obviously know their friends or their family's gonna pour them a vaso, a glass or a cup. They share over here. So yeah. You can use coconut oil for everything. Hey Demontre, yeah, everything is good. Like I said, cooking, skincare, hair care, it's really good. For cold, they make a tea of onion and menthol, cough drop, and maybe lemon. It's something like that, Douglas. I know it was a whole bunch of stuff she put in that tea for Ralph, and it was chinola tea, like chinola juice. It was like she put chinola in there too. It smelled good, but I didn't want any. Come on, Kylie. You never had the tea, honey, lemon, and a shot of whiskey? That's a pretty common remedy, like gargling with salt and water. People been doing it forever. Never had it. I put it on everything, Tiny Tim. I've never had that before. I've heard of it, but I've never had it. Does it make you taste like coconut? Sir Early, I think so. I think so. Let me see. I'm gonna put a little bit on my hand and then I'll lick it and I'll tell you. The butt. I don't know. I've never. Let me try it. I'm gonna put some on my. I'm pretty sure. I don't know how it tastes. I've never. I just put it on me, but I'm pretty sure. Let me put a little bit. I don't taste anything. It don't have a flavor. I don't taste anything. I only taste my lip gloss, but that doesn't have a flavor. Maybe some other coconut oil does, but it don't. So sorry, fellas. I have to look for the good stuff that has flavor where you can lick. Because this doesn't have flavor. I know Kyla be smelling good, all coconutty and stuff. I definitely do. I love coconut, guys. I have my coconut body oil. I have my Victoria's Secrets. Can y'all see it? My coconut passion. Other lotion that I have. I be coconut all out. And I leave it here at the house. I have coconut body spray. I do always smell like coconut. People always tell me that. Like I smell like tropical. Look, I have my coconut. My Dominican mom bought me this for my hair care. My coconut treatment. I love coconut stuff. But I don't like drinking coconut. Isn't that crazy? I hate the taste of the coconut. This freaking internet. Sorry, guys. But I definitely love my coconut stuff. I be coconut out. All right. I lost some of my comments. Let me go. They're like us, brown skinned people. No denying. Facts. They really are. Oh man, Kyla don't know Maya. Maya is fine with her. Maya. Is she a artist? Like a singer? I think I know who you're talking about, Tiny Tim. I think I know. I heard Dominicans talk a lot in a conversation. What do you mean, Terrell? I mean, they do talk a lot. They do talk a lot. But like what type of conversation? I can tell the difference when they talk. They can't hide the accent. Oh, yes. Yes, that's true. That's true. USA was twerking in the club. I definitely was. Let me tell you, they weren't just playing like Dominican music. They threw some American old school on in that club. They played they were playing Usher last Friday night. They played some, oh my, it was old school stuff. Oye, tranquilo. No, porque tú siempre tocas, él no quiere a ti. ¿Qué es eso?
Una bolita.
Recógelo para mí, por favor.
Mira.
Okay. They were playing Usher. ¿Qué pasa, Rafael? ¿Qué tú quieres? Dame.
Hijo.
Dame. Okay. Toma. Hold on, guys. Gosh. Esa? They were playing Usher. They were playing, obviously, 50 Cent. They always play 50 Cent here, and everybody be jumping up. And I'm like, they always play that in the club freaking song. Get tired of hearing that freaking song. They played the Apple Bottom Jeans. What is that? Who sings that song? The Apple Bottom Jeans. Whatever, however it goes. That, they played that. And yeah, that's when I stood up and I started dancing. Oh my God. River sex on. Yeah, she's talking about let's go to the river at 2:00 in the morning. You can't even see nothing at the river at 2:00 in the morning. I was like, you could go by yourself. She was crazy. Oh man, Kyla about to show her gangster to the girl. Ralphie had to save her from a beat down. Whatever. No, he didn't. Kyla don't know about the yes, I do. They don't know how I get down. I ain't scared of no Dominican chicks over here. Try me. They had to pull me back, and the girl was just sitting there like, disculpa. Like saying, I'm sorry. You should have thought to say sorry before you put your hand in my plate. So disrespectful. I was tipsy too. So sometimes people just be saying that for an excuse. So you don't say nothing to them. Whatever. That's disrespectful. You know, everybody be starving after the club when you've been dancing and drinking all night. And then somebody just to come out of nowhere. Like no one even see her coming. She just like put her hand in my plate and was just in there eating it and just went and then went to go find a chair to have a seat. No, excuse me. I am the wrong one. Like people think, people sometimes take your friendliness for weaknesses, like for a weakness. I'm a very happy person. I'm a very friendly, but when you do disrespectful stuff, then the real me shows. And I don't care where I'm at, what place. I don't care. Like you don't do that. Like people need to know what they be doing and what you won't put up with. Because then we be in a club another night and then she be there and she want to come sit with us and roll with us. And then oh yay. And then if she does that again, like I already warned you once, like no more. When you can't afford the 200 pesos cabana, the next best thing is the river. They're crazy. Hey Jill, what's going on? ¿Cómo tú estás? The exorcism will tell them. Oye, ¿tú quieres salir mi habitación? No. Tranquilo, estoy en vivo en YouTube, por favor. Okay. Drop the link. Oh yes, I'll drop the link down here. Let me catch up on you guys' comments. If any of you guys wanna come on the panel, you're welcome to and chit chat with me. I know I'm about to body slam a few people that are up in the same room with me because they keep messing with my Pomeranian.
I'm trying to grab something and he's doing that.
Okay, well, don't do it. Just let him be for a minute because I'm tired of hearing him. All right, let me see. Always messing with my dog here. People. Let me see. Okay, sorry guys, just putting the link in the chat. Again, for all of you guys tuning in, excuse me, I am looking a hot mess tonight. It's Friday and I don't care. It's been a crazy week. Definitely has been freaking hot here, like hotter than a witch's titty here in DR. It has been, woo, at first, because it was raining like, I think it rained like for a month straight. It was nothing but rain. The roads over here flooded. It's been crazy. But today, I just laying on the bed butt naked and just having this fan right on my body. It's been freaking hot. This side is a big issue in DR. The men are very jealous. They'll even take out their ex and her family. I believe it, Douglas Anderson. They are like, that's why people are always trying to ask me about love in the DR. To all my subscribers, you guys can't ask me that question. I cannot help you. I don't know anything about the Dominican men other than what I see. I'm definitely sticking to my American men. I love my American men. I'm just not interested. And not just because of that, not just because of like the jealousy and stuff like that. I come from a family of jealous men. I come from a family of men putting hands on women too. Cuban men are freaking crazy also. I've seen it in my family. One person I'm going to call out in my family, I love you, Tio. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, because sometimes I can't stand you. If you're watching this, you know the reason. But he beats the shit out of women. My uncle, and these women don't leave him. Maybe because they're freaking scared. I mean, but he be giving women black eyes, busted mouth. His girlfriend had came out of her job. You know, when you're like leaving your job and they're about to lock up, she was coming out of her job and there was another guy walking next to her, her co-worker. It's not like they were hugged up. They were just walking out of the building together. And she was like, okay, you know, you have a nice night. My uncle was picking her up. You want to know what he did? They got in an argument on the way home because he was jealous because he saw her walking out of her place of work with the guy, and they were arguing. And as he was driving home, he pushed her out the car as he was driving. So you want to talk about crazy Latino men? I have a whole bunch of my family too, and I don't agree with none of it at all. Like, you shouldn't put your hand on no woman. Now, okay, that'll be a different discussion. Because I'd be seeing some stuff on social media and I'd be like, okay, she deserved that. Like, why did she do that? But they're very jealous. Like, and it's just not Latino men who are jealous. There's some black men that are jealous. There's people of other ethnicities that are jealous too. But I don't know if they're more jealous than Latinos. I know Puerto Rican. I've been with my baby daddy. He's Puerto Rican. And that's the reason I'm not with him, if we really want to get into it. But not all Latino men are like that. But I had my baby's father. I was with him for years, and he was very, very jealous. And then when the hands started being put on me, that's when I had to call it quits. Like, I'm not a stupid female. I don't care. I'm not going to stay with you, and you're going to be putting your hands on me because you're insecure. And that's the only reason that he was doing that, is because he was insecure with himself. Like, it was that's another discussion. But yeah, I've been in that situation. Never been punched or anything like that, not to that extent. But oh, sorry guys, Myla and Raphael, if I have to speak to y'all again, you guys are definitely getting up out of here. Hey guys, sorry. I definitely, I don't know like what it feels like to be beat up, but I have been slapped. I have been pushed against the wall and choked, things like that. And
oh my,
strike one, I was like, that's it. Because he would have definitely done more to me if I wasn't living near my parents.
I'm gonna ask this question: is domestic abuse in the Dominican Republic is very high?
Tell me again, Terrell.
Is domestic abuse in the DR is very high?
I'm not gonna say it's not. I'm going to a different room because they're getting on my nerves. Excuse me, guys. Um, I'm not gonna say that. Are you guys gonna calm down or get out? Yes, I'm speaking English. You don't understand, you better go try and learn it. Excuse me, guys. Terrell,
Yes.
Sally. Excuse me, guys. This is strike 2 for you. Excuse me. I'm definitely showing myself tonight. Sorry, these kids. Terrell, I don't want to say it's high, but I don't. It just happens. It's just. I guess it's something that's just normal, and not just here in Dominican Republic, Terrell. It's
Because
like
I know
in
Latinos have this culture called machismo and everything.
yeah, they do. What's theirs is theirs. You don't touch.
Yeah.
You don't touch. You like basically you don't touch what belongs to them. What are you doing? Excuse me, guys. I had to go off, and I didn't want to do it from you guys, so I had to. It happens like everywhere. It's not just in Dominican Republic. It happens in Puerto Rico. It's just you don't touch what belongs to another man. Period. Point blank. And if you do, then it's going to be problems not only with that female, but also with the guy who was with that female. And I think that's what I just told everybody here in the chat, what just happened this last weekend. I think it did have to do something with that.
It seems like all the stories you've been saying lately look like all the men want to take out their anger on the women. They don't look like they want to mess with the dudes.
I think they mess with the dudes. They do. It just, I think it's like more like anger towards the female, Terrell, when stuff like that happens. Because it's like, you were really with this other guy. Now, if it's like the female messing with a friend or like somebody that the boyfriend or the husband knows, oh yeah, that's it. But then again, it don't matter who you are. You don't mess with another female who doesn't belong to you. But the thing that I was also trying to say to a lot of people here in the chat is that these females be lying too. Like that's all around the world, not only here. Oh, because the first thing a guy will ask you, I get asked all the time, especially when guys don't talk to me when I'm with family, when I'm with a group of guys, because they assume, oh, she's probably with one of these guys. And I'm not hugged up on anybody. I'm not holding hands with anybody, so I hate that. But anyway, I don't care. But the first thing usually here they'll ask, are you single? Is that your man? Or is that your man? Sometimes I've been in the club just this past weekend, Terrell, and I'm sitting there in my chair, sitting there dancing, sipping on my drink. And let's say it was one of Ralph's friends. It was two of his friends. Like I'm sitting here in the chair and there's one on this side of me and one on the other side because I got my camera and, we're sitting there dancing and, sitting here on Snapchat or whatever. And there was a guy that was at the table right next to us, but he kept like doing this to me and doing this and saying, like blowing me kisses and saying, coming, like trying to get my attention. But he didn't know if one of those guys could have been my man. But he saw me with a whole group of guys because I'm always the only female with like 5 guys when we go to the club. I could be with any of these guys. I'm dancing with everybody. You don't know who I'm with or if I was with someone, right? But a lot of people here don't care. But that's everywhere. It's in the States too. So it's just not here. That's everywhere. A man is going to be a man. If a guy wants something or is interested, he's going to try and get that female. Like it is what it is. But they do it on the low. Like he wouldn't have rolled up to the table and been like, "Hey, come dance with me," or "Can I get your number?" Because I think he assumed I was with somebody and just didn't take that chance. You know, they won't come to the table and approach you, but from afar, they'll be trying to like do signs and get your attention to see what you'll do. But there are some guys here that are respectful and will be like, "Are you single? Because I don't want any problems if you're with somebody here." And I'm like, "No, I'm not." And then that's it. So it just depends on the person. And same with the females. I don't know how they go about it if they're interested in a guy in the club. I don't know how they go about it, Terrell. When they're interested in someone in the club, how they do it. If they see a female with a whole bunch of guys and they don't, they're interested in a guy and they don't know. I don't think they approach the guy because they don't want problems either. So, but it's crazy because you just never know.
But like, yeah, I see like a lot of cheating go on, and it seems like best thing to do is you usually approach a woman if she by herself and single, not when she with another dude. It seems go for the guy. You go approach them when he not with another woman and he's by himself.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah. Seem like both groups, men and women, get jealous when they with somebody else. So I guess jealousy is a big thing over there.
It is, from what I've seen between my brothers with females, what I've seen with my Dominican mom here and her man, like just like everybody is they are protective of what's theirs. What's theirs is theirs. I think they try and act like they're not jealous, but I'll ask them like, "Are you a jealous person?" And they'll say yes. They'll be like, "Yes." She'll say yes. He'll say yes. And I'm like, But sometimes I don't think jealousy is good. It's not a good thing. Some females like to have a jealous man. Like some females, hey Jay, what's going on, Jay Magenheim? Some females don't like. I don't want a jealous guy because I've been through past relationships where all of my exes have been that way. All of them have been that way, and I'm just like, why? I'm not out in the street. I'm not a female who be out in the street. I don't be in the clubs every single weekend. That's just not me. I am a person who I like to be at home. Hoy salí. No, es tú. Okay, portate bien. No así, papi. Sorry guys. ¿Tú tienes dulces? Oh, okay. It's not I don't like that. It's not a good way to be because it could be hurtful. And especially when you're not doing anything for someone to be that way. It's just no reason to be. I can understand if you've caught your boyfriend or your man or your whatever, if you caught them in the act doing something to where you are jealous and you don't trust them. But if you have no reason to not trust the person that you're with, I don't understand why you have to be that way. Like my ex, I used to be at work and he used to sneak into my job when I didn't know and make sure that I was there, not to make sure I was there, but to see if I was talking to anybody. And I have to talk to people, like, because I was helping people. Like, that's what I did. I was in customer service and he would come to the job and just see if I was talking to a guy. Of course, I'm going to talk to guys because they have to come to me so I can help them whatever they need help with. And he didn't like that. And it's just stupid. Because I'm not a jealous female. I just don't have time for that. It's just too much stress. If I'm out with my man, Terrell, I'm the type of female, if I see a beautiful looking woman, And some people will be like, "Oh, that's stupid, Kyla." But I'm like, "Oh, look at her! Like, oh, look at her butt! Like, shoot, I wish my butt was like that." Like, stuff like I point stuff out. I'm like, "Oh," but I don't tell my man like, "Oh, how do you say?" Like, I'm not doing it to be like, "Oh, let's take her home." Because I don't roll that way. But I'm not a type of if a girl is looking at my man, I'm like, "Oh, she's looking at you," and just like, "Oh, look at her staring at you." But like for me, example, when I'm in relationships, if a guy's staring at me, then my man would like snatch me up and like hug on me, and I'm like, that's just doing too much. Like, why do you have to do that to show him? Who cares? People are gonna look. People are gonna look at you. People are gonna look at me. That's just the way it is. Like, get over that. And I don't know. I don't know why some people are just like that, but I always get the men that are like that. In the beginning, they're not like that, but then as time goes on, like they're like that.
Well, that's a human trait. Hopefully, people can overcome it, but I understand people want what theirs, and they don't want to lose something great to them because it means a lot to that person.
It's true. So you can love someone, and someone can mean a lot to you, and you want to make sure that person doesn't go anywhere. But when you act like that and you putting hands on people and you're being this jealous, bitter person, nobody don't want to be with you when you're like that. Like, I've seen it in my family too. Like, why are you okay? So what? He or she gets off at 10 o'clock at night and it's 10:15 and they're not home. Maybe they're still at work. Maybe they're in traffic. Like, people in my family would get mad like that. Oh my gosh, she's not here, and she got off at work at 10 and it's 10:15. So what? Are you freaking kidding me? I'm so glad that I didn't pick up that gene from my family, because there's a lot of people in my family that are like that. Like, a lot of people, and it's not from being hurt. Like, it's not from cheating. It's just their personality. It's just the way they are. Like, it goes from generation to generation to generation. My sister's not like that. I'm not like that. My brother, he's picked up that trait. Not putting hands on women, but the jealousy trait, like the real jealousy trait. But me and my sister, we are definitely not like that. We are not jealous at all. A girl can sit there and wink at my man, and I'll just be like, at the end of the day, he's with me. He ain't with you, boo boo. Like, he weakened. Like, I'm not gonna let that get, like, stuff like that get to me. Like, it's just stuff that's gonna happen. What can you do? The next person will do it somewhere else too. Like, it is what it is. I'm just not that way, Terrell, at all. What about you, Terrell? Are you a jealous guy?
No, I'm not, but I just don't want to be treated differently. Like if a woman treat another man better than how I'm getting treated.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get the best treatment.
Yeah, of course. You want to be treated. Yeah, you don't want your girl treating another man better than you. That's a problem right there. Of course. Yeah. I'm just still going down here in the comments, right? You can still speak to me.
Is the women over there materialistic? Go digging?
I don't want to say all the women are like that, Terrell, but they want nice things. A lot of these girls be on social media. They're on Facebook, they're on Instagram. They see how we live in the States, and that's what they want. They want a lifestyle like that. Terrell, if I could take my camera and show not only you, but people in the chat, how these people live. I want to say people, because these are close friends. These are family of mine too. But like my Dominican friends, maybe tomorrow, they won't mind if I have the camera on.
I'll be at work from 3 to 10. So hopefully you come on around 11.
3 to 10. I would prefer it to be early so it could be day so you can see.
Okay.
So early. But if you see the living conditions and you see these little tiny huts that they live in, Terrell, where they don't have running water. Some of them don't have running water, Terrell. They are in a room with 4 other people, in a bedroom with 4 other people, because the house is not big enough. It's not how we live. They don't have nothing. So I can't sit there and just be like, oh, they're just about materialistic stuff. They just want, and the thing about it, they're not used to having nice things. They're not used to having a nice cell phone and a big lavish house in their own room with a nice comfortable bed and a sofa. A lot of the people I know here, they don't even have, they have a living room but no furniture. They just have
Yeah.
like the plastic chairs with a table. Um, they don't have, it's like they don't have anything. So when they're on social media or they have family back in the States or somewhere else and the family showing them their apartment or their house, they want to live comfortable like that too. They want to live nice. They want to have a nice bathroom with a nice shower with running water. I get it. Who wouldn't want that? Who wouldn't want that? So I look at it, I look at it from both sides. I don't think all the women over here are just about materialistic stuff, but they want a man to take care of them and treat them good, and they want to live comfortable. They want to live in better conditions than what they live in right now. That's the way I see it. But then again, I do see some women who are materialistic too, who want a man with a good job that has good money, that could buy them this and that. They want to go live in the States. But a lot of people here want to go live in the States. Why? And a lot of these females are working too. But again, making 200 a month, that's nothing. That's what they're going to continue making over here. But if they go to a different country, it's not just about the United States. A lot of them are like, I would rather go. I have family in Spain. Like I want to go move to Spain so I could work and make money. So they could come back to their country, get a nice house built, and live comfortably.
Yeah, Spain is way more developed, but we know the reasons why for that.
Yeah, a lot of Dominicans have family in Spain. A lot of family have left Dominican Republic and went to Spain
Yeah.
and settled in Spain. So a lot
That
of people
wouldn't be a country I would want to go to.
in Spain. I've been to Spain. I used to go there on vacation all the time. Yeah. So what was I going to say? They just want to live comfortably. They just want a different lifestyle, Terrell. That's it.
So they be grateful for what anything great they have and get. If they get something they never had before, they will appreciate it.
I say so, but I can't speak for everybody. Because for some people, just people that I know and who you give to, I've seen be given stuff by other people. It's not enough. Once you give them one thing, it's not enough. They want more. So it just
Okay.
depends. I would say that yeah, they're probably grateful, but it's not enough. So yeah.
So what kind of jobs they be working the women around there? They don't be in the medical profession or doing the jobs that the women in the United States usually be doing.
A lot of women here don't work.
Okay.
A lot of women here don't work. But then there are women that are waitresses, some were as cashiers in a supermarket. I see, um, working in. I mean, there are women that work. They're jobs for women, but a lot of them don't want to work. They
Oh,
want
they
someone
want
to take care of them. But
they
then
want
again,
a man to take care of them.
yes. But then again, a lot of women have children too that they need to stay at home and they need to take care of too. So they can't work.
Yeah. If I were gonna go to the DR, I would probably want a woman with no kids.
Mm.
Is that hard to find a woman with no kids in the DR?
Everybody I know has kids.
Okay.
To be honest, they love kids here. I mean, who doesn't love kids? But I don't know anybody here who does. Yeah, everybody I know, Terrell. There's no one I can even think of that be like, oh, she's single with kids. Everybody has kids, but they might not have a man, but they have kids.
I know they got a lot of single mothers on that island,
Yeah, lots,
which
lots.
is sad.
Yeah, I think it's everywhere. Just a lot of people are single mothers everywhere. But
I be thinking where all the men go. If
and a lot of these women, the ones that I know, they had kids like early. I know some of the mothers here who had their first child at the age of 14 years old.
Because they say Dominican Republic supposed to be very family oriented, where supposed to be families together, and
they're very family oriented here. But I mean, a lot of girls have kids very young too.
yep.
There's no sex education here like how we have in the States. They're not taught about sex in the homes either. Not a lot of people are talked about sex. And I remember having that discussion with my Dominican mom, because I asked the boys, I was like, did your parents talk about sex? Did your father tell you how to protect yourself with a condom when you go out and you have intercourse? Like, nope. They were not taught about that. And my Dominican, she was like, no, we didn't sit down and have that talk. I was like, you didn't have to talk with your dad, you know. Nah, no, they don't do that. I know my mom had the sex talk with me and my sister, and I know my poppy had the sex talk with my brother too at a very young age, and it never stopped until I left the house. My mom did not care. She told me every single thing. My mom stood there was saying penis, and she was saying everything. If you let no boy open your leg and put his penis, da 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 da. And I'm telling you, I was probably like 10 or 11, if not younger. My mom don't care. She tells it how it is. And she didn't care that and she never cared that my friends got offended. If my friends were at the house when we had the sex talk, they just had to listen. Because sometimes my friends will be like, oh my gosh, your mom is saying that to you? My mom be like, if you don't like it, you can leave. Because
I can hear that. I can hear your mom nice Cuban accent saying that.
No, my mom don't have a Cuban accent. She's just loud. She's just. But my mom, I mean, I love she's a good mother. I was raised, my parents raised me good. I have to say, I'm thankful that I had, both of my parents to, because not everybody has their mother and father in their life, but my parents raised us good, compared to, I used to always be mad when I was young sometimes because my mom was so strict. She was so overprotective, especially of me because I'm the baby of the family. But, hey, I thank my mom, my parents every day for raising me the way I was raised. I was no little floozy in the street opening my legs to men or boys. I lost my virginity when I was almost 19 years old. Like I did good. I did good. Like
yes, you sure did.
No, I'm not sitting here just like I'm the best thing ever, but I did. Like I did, compared to a lot of my other friends, because a lot of my friends got pregnant in high school. My friends were messing with military guys at young ages, and
oh my,
just out there, just giving it up to everybody. And my mom was just like, "You better not," and I did, and I wasn't even interested in that. I mean, maybe that's why I have such a high sex drive at this age. I waited so long, but like I'm just not like that. I'm not the type of female, and still now, like I'm not the type of female that I'll just go open my legs to any guy. Like I just don't roll that way. I never have. Like I just have a lot of respect for myself as a woman. Like I just don't do that. Whether a guy respects that or not, that's me. I've never changed. Nobody is ever going to change me to do anything like that. It's just what it is. Now I have friends that are like that, but I can't do that. I wouldn't be able to live with myself if I was out doing stuff like that. That's just not me. And my chocha means a lot to me. Like that thing down there I take good care of. Like I just can't be out there doing stuff like that.
Yeah, not just the DR. It's a lot of countries that don't have sex ed, because in Japan they don't have awareness about diseases and HIV awareness and all of that. And that's a way more developed country. That's a first world nation. That's in Japan. They don't teach you about HIV or nothing like that. They say no. But I know sex education is not taught well in a lot of Asian countries like the Philippines and Indonesia. So, because a lot of that.
But see, in the Asian countries, I never hear or see a whole bunch of Asian girls pregnant, walking around pregnant at young ages, like in America, Europe too. Because in England, damn, I have a lot of British friends that were getting pregnant back to back to back.
Well,
And
they must
definitely
be
here
doing
in Latin
something
America
different.
too. Huh?
They must be doing something different in Asian countries then.
I don't hear about there's a high rate of teenage pregnancy in Asia. I've never heard that.
No, I'm not talking about teenage pregnancy, but they got a lot of sex things going on in those Asian countries.
Oh, okay.
Sex activities.
Oh, okay. I don't know anything about that.
Me either. I don't even try to get into that.
Never heard of it. I'm gonna get in these comments real quick, Terrell. T Gage just said something. I've been sitting here trying to keep my laughter back, but he says another thing that makes me crazy. That little boy needs to be asleep, and I know he's still drinking milk from a baby bottle. Coño. Yes, he is, T Gage. Yes, he needs to be asleep. He's not on a schedule still, and he still is rocking a bottle at night at the age of 5. Yes, I said it.
Okay, look, then another thing I noticed about the women, they are when they be going to these fancy high-rise clubs, they be dressing real nice and like they be wearing some expensive clothes. I be saying, if y'all poor, but y'all be dressing like y'all looking good and about to go to like a penthouse or something.
I would say they dress up more in not La Vega, Santiago, more than here in La Vega, because they be getting mad at me when I be decked out and I be changing and putting on my little short skirts and my knee-high boots and everything. Like, they get mad. And I'm like, what the hell are you getting mad about? They're like,
No.
You could have just wore, like, you see what I'm wearing right now?
Yeah.
If he came in the room right now and was like, let's go in the club, he would just be like, just take that off just take this off my head. Probably told me to leave it on my head. He'd be like, and let's just go. And I'd be like, I'm wearing a whole little jumpsuit that I've been wearing all freaking day. I'm not about to, but they do, because they're like Dominican girls. They don't care about that. They'll put on jeans and a shirt and just go. And I'm like, I'm going to go to the club and look, because y'all always say that. And I go to the club. Some females are wearing like tennis shoes or Crocs with shorts and a shirt. Some are.
Well,
this the club, but that's not me. I'm not them. I'm not Dominican. Like, when I go to the club, I dress to go to the club, and that's period, point blank.
Well, this was like a club in Sosúa. The women had heels on, dresses, and looking fancy and stuff.
It just depends. Like in Santo Domingo, I feel like they dress up a lot when they go to the clubs. They be looking nice. It just depends. But yeah, it depends what club too, Terrell. It depends what club that you go to. But I'm not about to just walk in the club and look any type of way. Like, that's just me. When I go to the club, I makeup, hair, like the whole 9. They just gonna have to wait for an hour and 20 minutes or so. But that's just me.
But yeah, I would love to see women. I would love to see women dress up in the club then looking raggedy.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just still going through the comments. Yo, uncle in the chat now.
Especially tall women, Kayla, because they look good in heels and dressed up and everything.
They got some tall women here. They do. They have some tall women here, Terrell. I mean, different heights. So yeah. Latino woman. So sorry, guys. I'm just going through the chat. Me and Terrell were just having a good conversation here. Kyla pulled out the shoe. Y'all better watch out. I don't be playing with these kids here. Mira los niños, galleta en la boca. He knows I don't be playing. Hey, Bruce. Bruce is back. This is how the female does it. She gives you the look, then goes to the bathroom or bar by herself. That's when you make your move. If she's with a dude, she makes sure you can catch her alone. There you go. Okay, Tiny Tim. I didn't know how it worked. But Tiny Tim put it there in the in the chat, how you make your move for a female in the club here. Okay. I'm doing good, Bruce. Life of the Party Travels. How are you? Happy Saturday now to all of y'all. If you love someone, a little jealousy is okay. You should care about losing your girl or guy. Very jealous and insecurity is another thing. Facts. Okay, yeah, a little jealousy, okay. But not where you gotta be like, you can't wear that. Like, my man was telling me, it could be like the hot midsummer. My friend is about to come over here, so I'm gonna need you to put on jeans and a long sleeve shirt. No joke. I was like, nah, I'm good. I'll be upstairs in my room. Like, I'm not about to go change. And I want to be around your friends anyway. Like, what are you talking about, dude? Like, you're tripping. Or I would go home because at that time I lived with my parents anyway. He lived in the dorms, in the military dorms. Like, peace out. Like, I'm not about to go do a whole freaking wardrobe, switch up wardrobe because you don't want your friend looking at my skin. Like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, now that I think about it, it just makes me mad. Like, I just want to pick up the phone and be like, what the hell were you thinking? Like, who says that? Who tells their girl to they can't show skin? Like, it's just crazy. And okay, no need to be jealous. There is enough love for everybody. If you have been gifted with a large heart, you just need more women to love. One woman might not be enough. For some people, Tiny Tim, it probably isn't enough. Some people, for some guys, they probably need more than one woman. Then some guys, they don't want that. But everybody's different. Info hours, hey, Sir Early wants the mango challenge. I see. I gotta go find one. Poor people don't want to stay poor. If they're going to be stay poor, they would rather be with their own people. That is true for most people. People don't want to stay poor. If they're going to stay poor, they would rather be with their own people. That's very interesting, Tiny Tim. Very interesting.
I got
All right.
another question. The military be out a lot in the DR?
Like, what do you mean the military?
Do they be out on the streets a lot patrolling?
The Dominican military?
Yes.
The cops do.
Okay, because I
The
see a lot of
military, I
them in.
haven't seen. Uh-huh.
I see a lot of Dominican military be in uniform a lot.
I think they've been out in the street a lot lately. Terrell, is because there's been a lot of robbing and stuff going on. So now they have like the military involved in the streets to help the regular Dominican police because of the robbing and stuff like that that's been going on.
And they got big guns like assault rifles and everything.
Yeah. Even in front of the banks and stuff like that, they carry those rifles too.
Yeah.
Some people are like scared of that, but it's just for protection. It's just some they have.
I ain't scared of it. So.
But when I first saw it, I was like, well, dang. When I was going in the store and the bank, wherever I was going, and the guy was in the front with the big rifle, I was like, But it's just a patrol, just for safe reasons. But yeah, like now I don't even pay attention. I forget. I just be like, saludos, and I keep making my way in the building. So yeah. But Douglas Anderson says, yes, they're materialistic, baby hungry, but want you to bring them a cell phone. Facts. I've seen girls ask about that too. I've been with females when they've been on the phone with guys. Kyla, find me a girlfriend in Santiago. I'll put her in a high rise in Santiago. You sure, Kim Padamore? You sure? I'm guessing they went to Spain because before 911, no passport or visa required, I'm guessing. I think so. Yeah, Kim Padamore. Yeah. Dominican girls are all about the money. A lot of them are. What time is it there, Yo Soy? I don't know what time you asked this, Sir Early, but it is 12:52 right now. 12:52. Okay, but yes, Kyla, that's the goal of a foreigner. Go to USA, etc., make money, then return home, but usually it does not work out. For only 2 of my family members went back home. Everyone else are foreigner lovers. That's what they be trying to plan. They'd say they do not want to live in the United States. The only reason they want to go to the States, this is what some people in my family say. The only reason they want to go over there is to visit, to make money, and bring back here. Because a lot of people here are intelligent. They can do construction. They are like fix a car, fix a bike, but don't make nothing. And it's sad. It's like, damn. And I be sitting here like, what do you do? In the United States, you could be making this much. And I think sometimes they're like, well, dang, like, I want to go to the United States then. Because I'm like, dang, you're not making nothing. But in the States, if you were in the States, you would make this much. So, yeah.
Hey, y'all eat a lot of seafood in the DR? Like snow crabs, gumbo, shrimp, and everything, fish?
Fried fish, pescado. But not crabs and stuff because they say it's expensive. And like the best seafood that I've eaten since I've been here was in Samana. That's about 3.5 hours from where I am right now. But
Uh,
Samana, they have good because it's like when you're closer to the ocean, then the food is very good, like the seafood. So Samana, lots of good seafood. But I haven't had any good seafood in a while, to be honest. But yeah, they do have good seafood here. You just got to go to the right places.
yeah, they got gumbo deal. It's like they don't do
They
that.
don't do gumbo here, no. I
Okay.
remember when I was in the States and my friend Wiana, you know who she is, Terrell, because she's from Louisiana.
Oh yeah, I miss her.
Creole. And she was making me
Gotta
some
come back on
gumbo.
here.
Yeah, I will. I will. She's supposed to be coming to visit me soon. But she was making gumbo, and I remember speaking to my family here, and they had FaceTime me that day, and they're like, "What are you eating?" And I was like, "Gumbo," and they're like, "What is that?" And they were like, I told them, but they don't eat spicy over here either. Like their cuisine is not spicy. So yeah, I'm on one. What's going on? How are you? Very, very hard to find kids once they reach 17, 18. They got one or two kids. Hell, Douglas Anderson, younger than that, they got more than kids. I have a friend here who has 4 kids, and they all got different baby daddies.
Oh my.
She had her first one. She had her first one young. Her first one actually lives in Chicago. Um, she is shoot. I can't remember her age, but they have a lot of different baby daddies over here. Same time until we turn the clock back. It's Nympho Talk time. Ding-a-ling. Y'all are a trip to kilo shot hours. I don't have any alcohol tonight, guys. Kyla, we could not have been friends in high school. Hush, Kim Pattamore. Why not? Why not? Kim, we would have been good friends. Crocs in the club. Yes, they be wearing sandals in the club, like sandals, like house shoes. At least here they do. So Kyla are hanging out. Halloween. Yes. Their
Yeah,
first dress or dresses are their investment, hoping for a big return. Yep.
so they got shims in the DR. They work out a lot over there.
Do they have what?
Gyms, do they work out a lot?
They have gyms. Yeah. I mean, not everybody, but no. Over here, I see people jogging. A lot of people on their bikes biking. They have a Gold's Gym and they have a Planet Fitness.
Okay, so Planet Fitness is everywhere then.
Yeah, they have a big Planet Fitness here, especially in Santo Domingo. But they have a Gold's Gym, and if people can't afford it, a lot of people in this area say they can't afford Gold's Gym, but Gold's Gym is good. Like it's like $50 a month, I think, or less than that for a membership. But they have gyms here. There be some people. I see people in Santiago trying to keep fit, doing that run every morning, working out. You see guys buff walk. I've been seeing a lot more buff guys walking around than before. That you could tell they either come from the gym or they work out. But yeah, they do. They have gyms over here. Yeah.
Trying to think what else is. I see in the DR ain't there for snowing. It always kind of hot, warm, or kind of cool, sunny. Or
Yeah.
rain.
No snow. No. I mean, it gets chilly because I have my sweatshirt here, and I definitely be putting on my sweatshirt sometimes at night. This summer the weather's been weird here. This is the first summer I've been here, and it's rained so much. And a lot of people have been getting sick lately because it'll be hot and then it'll be like cool. Like the whole day it'll be cool. Not cool where you gotta, but sometimes it's like, oh, I could wear long sleeves today. It's not cold, but it's just a like cool breeze. Usually it's hot and humid, especially in these months, but it's been raining so much here. So much. So yeah.
Yeah, I gotta worry about hurricanes.
Hurricanes, yeah.
It's that season.
Even now, it's that time.
I hope none don't come towards me this year.
I know. Usually Dominican Republic doesn't get hit. They get a lot of rain and winds, but they don't get hit like Puerto Rico and Haiti. I don't know. I feel like for some reason this country is very protected because they
Pray,
never get hit hard.
pray for Puerto Rico.
Yeah, I know. Poor PR always gets hit. And Haiti and
Yeah.
other too. But here, I don't know. I don't know what it is. But yeah. I feel like because the Dominican flag has the Bible in the middle. Sometimes I be telling myself that's probably why the country doesn't get hit because y'all are protected by God. But that's just I don't know.
Well, they should be the holy people then.
I feel they're protected though here. I don't know what it is when it comes to that. When it comes to the storms, that's what I mean. But everything else, yeah. Kim Pattamore said she was not putting out. Kyla, you pulling up to Sosua or what? I was not putting out. I definitely wasn't. I was on lockdown between these legs, Kim Pattamore. I wasn't giving it up to anybody in school. Absolutely not. My mom said, Kyla, when you start getting hot between the legs, you go home, you get your butt in the shower, and you cool down with that shower hose. And you guys best believe I did it, and I still do it. And I have no shame in my game. And it helps. It helps. My mom taught me good. Kyla, you going up to Sosua or what? When, Kim Pattamore? You know who I'm supposed to be going to go meet this weekend? Jackson Jeter. Jackson Jeter is in Puerto Plata. Shoot, I gotta get in contact with Jackson Jeter. I'm supposed to be meeting up with Jackson Jeter this weekend. So I think I'll be making a trip to Puerto Plata this weekend. I gotta hit up Jackson Jeter. Never met Jackson Jeter, but he's always in the comments. So I gotta go see who Jackson Jeter is. So yeah. They probably wear sandals because it's so hot over there. When I see a girl wearing tennis shoes there, I automatically think she has jacked up feet. Hey, BH, I was wearing my tennies today. I was wearing my Air Force Ones. Not my Air Force Ones, my Jordans. I never thought I would wear tennis shoes here, but I be wearing my Jordans. I wore my Jordans today with my socks. Where are my shoes at?
Well, I hope women's feet be done good when they wear their sandals.
I was wearing my Jordans today. And it's not because my feet weren't done. It was, it was because it was raining today. When it rains, I don't want my, I don't know. I'd be like, oh, it's going to rain today. I'm putting on my tennis shoes. I like shoes. I brought all my tennis shoes, all my Jordans, and yeah, I like my shoes, but I'm a sandal girl. I definitely love throwing on my sandals, but all different types of sandals. But today it rains, so I was like, let me just throw on my tennis shoes. Kyla, you need to let Terrell know Dominicans are vain and into status. They move to look good. Physical appearance matters, as does appearing wealthy when it comes to attracting a person. You see that, Terrell?
Yes, I see it.
There you go. Tiny Tim said it really good. They do like to look good. They are not sloppy people. They don't like to just leave their house looking any type of way. The females always got their hair done.
Oh,
That
good.
doesn't make them blow out. Their nails and their toes done.
Oh my.
They're not. I've never seen a nasty Dominican female where I was like, ew, like bad hygiene, like she smelled bad, just like body odor or ill. They do take care of themselves.
Well, I love women that take care of themselves.
And too. I be looking, like I sit back and I watch. Sitting next to them every time they walk past, like it's just not like they always got cologne on. The female have perfume, like they take care of themselves. Now, one thing I have noticed about a lot of Dominican women, maybe it's just the women that I be around. One thing I do notice about a lot of the Dominican women since I've been coming here, not just everyone, just the ones that I be around or I've come in contact with. A lot of them have hair on their legs.
Oh.
Has anybody that's been coming to DR experienced that? I noticed a lot of them have like when I'm
It's
sitting.
a lot or it's just some spots.
No, they have like they don't shave.
Oh.
I've noticed that. I've noticed that quite a bit. Not with everybody.
Well, I
But
got hair on my legs. I don't wear shorts. I always wear
a
pants.
good handful of women, I be sitting there next to me with shorts, and I mean, maybe it's a day they just didn't shave. I don't know, but I'd be looking, I'd be like, ooh, like let me look at it, and I'd be just staring at my legs, like let me make sure, like I got it, because that's just a pet peeve of mine. I do not like hair on legs. I do not like hair on legs or under arms.
But
I
that's,
yeah.
every week I have to shave my face because my hair go back fast. So.
Uh-huh. But yeah, hair on legs. I just be like, Hey KW, how are you?
Hello, Miss KW.
Hello. Happy Saturday. Trinidad, we don't get hit. The island is surrounded by mountains and we're off the path. We are close to South America. Kim Patamore, I think that's what they said here about Dominican Republic. Because I'm like, how does Haiti and Dominican Republic share the same island? But Haiti is always the island that gets hit. And they said it's because they have more mountains here in Dominican Republic, and Haiti's like supposedly flat. So that's why they get hit a lot. Now that you just mentioned that, Kim Patamore, I do remember them saying that. Halloween. Okay, yes, Halloween.
That's another island I want to go to is Trinidad.
Trinidad.
You been there?
No, but my dad's best friend is from Trinidad.
Yes,
He
I would
lives
love to go there.
Mm-hmm. I have those sneakers. Those are the Air Max 270s. Yeah, the Air Max. Yeah, the Air Max. Oh, look at you, Kim Patamore, matching with me. I bought mine first, and then you went and copied me.
I heard Trinidadians ain't that much different from Dominicans. Well, they got Indians.
I think all the Caribbean islands are similar, to be
Yeah.
honest. Just different foods, just different culture, but I think we're all similar in different ways. Definitely. You said Kyla Jackson Jr. was one of the stars on Your Greatest Show Ever. Huh? What, Douglas Anderson? What do you mean? I'm confused. You gotta explain that to me. They trim their coochie hair. I don't know, Tiny Tim. I don't be seeing nothing between the legs. But wouldn't that be something? They shave that chocha, but not the leg hairs. I no, they'll say. I have to ask the boys. Do the girls always keep that? Do they keep it natural here, or do they keep that shaved? I don't know. I guess it just depends on the female. I noticed that 95% shave their cat. Oh, Douglas Anderson said 95%, so that's a lot. That's a good amount of women. But like I said, I've seen some women, like whether we go to the beach or the river. I mostly see it at the river when we all sit in a group and there are guys there with their girls, and I just, I'm sitting next to everybody and I'm looking and I see and I'm just like, oh.
How about obesity over there? Is it bad?
There's they're big people here.
I'm not talking about
Say
women.
is it bad?
I talk about people that like 500, 600 pounds. People that be on that kind of fat.
I've not seen that. Just like thick people, regular big people.
I know they got thick and kind of fat people.
Yeah.
The people that kind of weigh like 200, but that's normal.
Yeah. Yeah. That's normal. Yeah. Luckily, I've never seen a werewolf leg woman when I've been there. I've seen a few. Not saying all of them do, but saw some this past week, and like maybe I just caught them on a bad day. Females have their bad days.
There's another thing I want to ask. I know in the country it have a lot of Haitians, but they say in the DR they got a lot of Trinidadians and Barbadians over there, but I don't see the Dominicans really complaining about them like they do with the Haitians.
I'm sure they do, Terrell. I've never seen anybody from any other countries except like from those countries in the resorts. I met some Jamaicans in the
Yeah.
resort in Puerto Plata, Russians, people from Europe, but like out in the street where I am, I've never bumped into any people like that.
So they say they have a small population like Trinidadians and Barbadians in DR, but I don't see them like getting deported or nothing. Usually, it always focus on Haitians. That's why I was kind of curious. I don't think they put much of a fuss with the other groups.
Yeah, they be out for the Haitians. And another thing, Terrell, is because so much is going on in Haiti right now.
Yeah,
So much going on in Haiti right now. They don't have no president. Like things are bad in Haiti right now, and so many Haitian people are trying to come to Dominican Republic. Like they're trying to come over here and make a living, and it's just they don't want any of the bad. I guess the bad people bringing that from Haiti like here into their country with the
yeah.
gangs and like the stuff like that. So it's just they don't want anybody who they don't want anyone illegally here basically when it comes from Haiti. It's just a lot going
Well,
on in Haiti.
if it's just kids and women and old people, that kind of fine. But if you see a lot of young dudes together running around, it could mean trouble. Doesn't mean all
Yeah.
young men, but usually a
And
particular
in
crowd.
Santiago, they said majority of the robbing that's going on supposedly, sometimes you can't trust everything that they put in the news. But they said supposedly majority of the robbing and all the theft and stuff that's going on is the Haitian people.
Yes, I kind of figured they're gonna blame everything on them,
They said it's the Haitians. So
and it
as
could be their
far as
own
like
people doing that.
Santiago. Yeah, so Kim Pattamore says the culture is similar in Trinidad and Dominican Republic. Both music are very up tempo and they both never want to go home. But the Dominican carnival is dry. They wear too much clothes. That's a fact, Kim Pattamore. I've never been to the Dominican carnival. Hopefully I'll experience that in February if they do have it. I heard they're supposed to have it next year, but who knows because something's always changing with these freaking viruses and COVID, and now we have freaking monkeypox that's out of control. Ill. Um, so we'll see how that goes. This coming year with the carnival. But it is a fact they do wear a lot of clothes at the carnival here in La Vega from the video and pictures I've seen. Tiny Tim
Yeah,
Terrell says
the Trinidad carnivals is lit up. They say.
Mhm. Yeah, I've never
I
been,
like
but
looking
I've
for
seen
them.
videos. Yeah. Terrell, Tiny Tim says it's like America and how many view Mexicans. They don't want illegal immigrants or the poor.
That's very true. You're not just Mexicans. They don't like people from South America, Central Mexico. They don't even want other Caribbeans, and they don't want Haitians coming into America. They like that to a lot of groups, but they're okay with Ukrainians coming in.
Mm,
We all know the big difference between those groups and them.
mm. Interesting.
Yes.
Yep. Douglas Anderson says, I've never ran into any Trinis or Bajans in DR. I haven't either, Douglas Anderson. I've never seen anybody from any of those countries. They just had an immigration sweep in Boca Chica a few days ago. A friend sent me some videos. Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. Kim Pattamore says Trinidad and Barbados have a good economy and their money is high in value. So if they're going to DR, they are well off. Okay. Yeah. So, yep, as you saw what Douglas Anderson said, they are. Like I saw some Haitians get stopped today. But the Haitian was like he started going in his pocket to show his ID or paying the police money. But I just hate how the police stay there and just be like surrounding them and they're just looking at them like I don't like it. I don't like it. I feel like they're the most hardworking people here in DR. Dominicans work hard too, but everywhere you go here, you see Haitian people working their asses off. You see them building. You see them in the hot sun selling stuff. Dominicans too, but they be on top of the trucks, like going from one place to another place, and it's just like, dang, you know, everybody's just trying to make a living to survive and to make a living to provide for their families. I don't think anybody is trying to mean, or you know, like, how much, help me guys, my words, they don't mean any harm by trying to work and provide for their families. That's all they're trying to do. Like, I think it would be better off of giving people good jobs and paying them at least some good money. Maybe the crime rate would go down.
Yeah. I
Because they
see.
don't make anything here. They want to raise prices on food and rent and stuff like that, but they're not giving them, they're not raising the, you know, giving them raises on their jobs. The job just stays at the same pay rate, but you guys are raising, you know, prices on food and stuff. Like, that's not fair. Like, the
I
president ain't doing nothing. I asked him yesterday. Does the president, like, for the poor people, is the president giving y'all, like, how, like, in the United States, like, you know, the government helps, like, the people on welfare, whatever. They say they give them a little card, not for everybody, but they give the poor people a card. You guys want to know how much is on that card that they give the poor people?
$20.
You guys ready?
We ready.
$15.
I
What
said
is $15 gonna buy you at the store? And then Ralph said, there's another card that some people get, and it's also for food and necessities. And I was like, okay, how much is that card? He was like,
$10.
$30. That ain't enough money either. $30. Like, what is going on? That's crazy. That's so crazy. And there's so many poor people here. Like, that's not enough for a household. People who have kids and stuff, like, that's not enough to buy groceries.
And that's another thing I want to say. I see y'all got some nice fancy malls. They have, like, what's that store that women love to go into a lot and shop? Veronka's Secret something? Victoria's Secret.
Uh-huh.
I've been there several times. I bought my mom and best friend a couple of things. I ain't been in there in a long while. But
Love it, Terrell, but usually people bring Victoria's Secret, like men, to gift women. You know, they love Victoria's Secret here. We don't have that here. I'm glad I stocked up on all my Victoria's Secret panties and bras and body lotions and stuff like that. But they like it, but they don't have it here. But yeah.
no, I see they have a lot of fancy stores. I said, it makes me wonder, do they pay those people a minimum wage like America, like $10, $12? It'd be nice if they do.
Less than that, Terrell. Sad to say, it's less than.
Those are American businesses. Some of them are European businesses, so I doubt they might pay their people a little bit better.
Not here, sad to say, they don't.
Oh, they should using them as cheap labor then.
They just are just working for nothing, pretty much. I mean, they're working for something. They gotta work to provide, but damn, it's a lot of hard work to make anything.
Yeah, I feel like the country needs to cramp down on these foreign companies, start paying people what they worth.
But it's never gonna change, Terrell.
Yeah.
A lot of people want out of this place. They go to a different country so they can make money. Like, I get it. Who doesn't want to go to another country and make money? I don't think they want to do it, you know, because they want a better way of life. Kim Pattamore says, Kyla, have you been to the Nottingham Carnival? Yes, plenty of times. Oh my God, Kim Pattamore. Plenty of times in London. Absolutely. It was every August. They had the Notting Hill Carnival. So much fun. Dang, so much fun. Absolutely. Douglas Anderson, it used to sadden me when they arrested the Chicas in Sosua. If they did something wrong, okay, but just don't arrest them randomly. Damn, Douglas Anderson, I never knew of that. I never knew about that, never heard about that. I'm definitely behind on them doing that to the girls in Sosua. It didn't have to do with prostitution, right, Douglas Anderson? because the police there knew what they were doing. A lot of females did it there. So what? Where? When? Why was that happening? A true businessman loves cheap labor. Uh, yeah, in Patmore, $15. Yeah, $15 on a card. That's what they said. All
I
right,
heard the
but
stuff in the DR supposed to be cheap. It ain't like it is in America. Stuff don't cost like multiple dollars.
for us, we would be like, oh, that's a good price. Because a lot of the stuff they're like, oh, I wanted to get this, but it's expensive. It's expensive. It's expensive. Expensive. They always talk about something's expensive, and I'm like, how much is it? And they'll tell me, and I'll be like, are you freaking? You just told me that price, and you said that's expensive. But to them, it's expensive because they can't afford it, and they don't make enough money to be able to buy something like that. But I always, every time they say something is expensive, I'm like, dime, cuánto cuesta? Like, tell me how much it is. And they'll tell me, and I'll just be silent. So I'm like, that's cheap. But sometimes when I say that, sometimes I feel like it makes them feel kind of like, oh. But I'm like, let me stop saying that. Because, yeah,
They,
for kids, that's not.
they don't work 2 or 3 jobs out there.
That's a good question. That's what they plan to do when they come to the States. That's their plan when they come to America. They say they'll work 3 jobs, but
Why they
they
don't do that in the DR? Like you
no. I
get
mean, I think there are probably some people that work like at a supermarket and then work at a co-model, or there's some people that do side jobs. Like the neighbor here, he sells Pampers and he makes good money selling Pampers, like packs of Pampers. He like delivers packs of Pampers. You have other people that like little side jobs, like the boys here selling vapes and vape oil. People are always knocking on this door buying liquid to fill like the vapes. So I mean, because vaping here is very, very, very popular. A lot of people here vape. So um, yeah, I mean that's some side money. It ain't good money. You ain't gonna get rich, like, but it's something, you know. So they know how to hustle here. Don't let these Dominicans fool you. They know how to hustle. If they want something, they'll get it. Not expensive stuff, but if they need to feed their families and they need food and groceries and stuff like that, they'll hustle. I told them, I was like, y'all better start climbing some trees and snatching some of those platanos down and the mangoes. Y'all better all these fruit trees and stuff around here. Like, you can't fool me. If I need to feed
cause,
my family, I'm definitely getting a coconut, getting all that down. Like they know how to hustle. They know how to
'cause
hustle.
Kayla, if everybody in the house go work 2, 3 jobs, let's say it's just 3 people, they work 3 jobs and each job paid them like 300, they could be living good.
That ain't gonna happen. Like Ralph was building freaking motorcycles from scratch. You want to know how much he was getting a week?
What?
Let me go ask him. Let me go ask him real quick because I'm not 100% sure. Hold on. Okay, sorry. So I asked him. So let me show the moto. Let me show you the moto that he built. So he didn't receive any money because he has to sell it. So he bought the parts for the moto, and then he built it, and then he's going to sell it. So let me show you guys. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. Let me turn the camera around. Okay. So here is the bike that he built from top to bottom. If anybody is here in DR and you're interested, like he built this from top to bottom. Excuse my dog. And it's been sitting here because nobody here has bought it. So that bike is $2,000 for that bike. It's $2,000. Oh yay! No, it's $2,000 for that bike. He finished building that bike in April, and it's August, and it's still sitting here because no one here in La Vega could afford a freaking $2,000 bike. Who can afford a $2,000 bike?
A foreigner can do that.
Yes.
A gringo American.
Hold on. Let me ask him again. Okay, yeah, sorry guys. So it's $2,000. It's $2,000 for that bike. Yeah, no one is gonna be able to afford it. Well, I'm not gonna say that. That's not right of me to say that if you're Dominican, you can't afford it. Because there are Dominicans here who can't afford that, who have money like that. There are rich Dominicans too. Not everybody here in Dominican Republic is poor, so I don't want any of you guys to get that mind frame like, oh no.
So you saying which Dominicans can't afford that needle?
Huh?
You say which Dominicans can't afford that needle?
No, there are Dominicans that can't afford the bike. There are Dominicans here that can't afford it, but he just needs to post it more. Like, don't only post it here in La Vega, like photos of the bike in La Vega. He needs to like post it, so like where there are foreigners. I'm sure a foreigner would snatch that bike up. It's good. Like that bike is in good condition. Like it's a good bike. Like he knows how to build stuff like that.
It would probably cost more than that in the States.
Exactly. But he's not gonna, for like a crazy price, he's not gonna sell it for like a crazy price. But I was like, you need to like post that on other pages, not just here in La Vega, like other cities, Santiago, Santo Domingo, like all over the country, not just here in La Vega. So yeah. Let me see. Kyla, illegal workers are under table workers keep wages low. If you have a worker shortage, then wages increase. Here in Houston, they pay $12 to $15 for fast food workers, not enough workers. And Douglas Anderson says, Terrell, what you waiting for to take a trip to DR? Oh, there you go. 2 or 3 jobs in DR. That ain't gonna happen. No one ain't gonna work in 2 or 3 jobs, Terrell. They're not gonna do it.
So why they do in the United States, but they don't want to do in DR? I guess because the money.
No money. They'll work. They'll be like exhausted and it's not worth it.
Because it's good for one person. You live by yourself and just have one person take you.
Tiny Tim tells you here, can't work 2 or 3 jobs if there are no jobs available. DR is an island. What type of industry do you think exists in DR? The biggest industry is tourism, the sugar processing. Yep. Okay. It's nothing. Yeah, there you go. It's nothing, Terrell. It's nothing here. Yeah. Then sugar processing. Yeah. Douglas Anderson says most moto conchos probably buy their bikes on credit. Mm, that's true also. But it's a nice bike, and I'm like, dang, he sat there and he built it. He built it. Sorry, but yeah, it's just no money being made here. It's not enough money being made here, like at all. So yeah, it's I see why a lot of people want to go to the States, like I said, because it's more money there, a lot more money than here. And even my Dominican mom, her husband, he's a lawyer, and he ain't making nothing. I think he makes a little bit more than 500 a month,
That's crazy.
and he works for himself, so he doesn't work for like a company. He works for himself, and he's a
I
lawyer.
bet you the I bet you the politicians are rich down.
Huh?
I bet you the politicians are rich.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, y'all have males in your town?
Do we have mayors?
Yeah.
We have something like that, yeah.
I
I
want to
think
know,
so.
are they living good?
Oh, I'm sure.
Because you have city council, your police chiefs. Every
Mm-hmm.
time I look at a police chief, they usually fat, so I figure, yeah, they living good. Because when you see a
Mm,
fat person, they probably having a good life, eating all kinds of good food.
yeah. I mean, they usually are.
Yeah,
They, I mean, they don't be coming to the poor communities, helping these people, though. I tell you that
yeah.
they don't at all. So most moto conchos probably buy their bikes on credit. Interesting, Douglas Anderson. I don't know, but it's interesting. I wonder how they do it because they be having some nice bikes. My voice is going out. I don't know why. The moto conchos. Mad Cow says one bedrooms are starting at 2,000 in New Jersey. They are. My sister lives in New Jersey. Mad Cow, my Dominican sister, and she has a 2 bedroom house. Freaking expensive. A lot of the moto conchos rent their bikes. Ah, Corey Kingston TV says a lot of them rent them. Okay. Mad Cow, I'm thinking about moving to New Jersey, but North Jersey. Well, I hope you have that good money, Kim Pattamore, for 2 bedrooms because I'm coming to visit. I'm coming to visit. Yeah, guys. If I find a spot in South Jersey for cheap, I would take it.
They got GameStop in the DR?
No,
Okay.
absolutely not. I live in North Jersey. It's expensive to live here. I heard it was expensive there too. I heard it was. Dave, I am in Brooklyn. Yeah, I heard Jersey was. I heard New York is they up their prices there. They were just I heard they were just talking about and just hearing about Dominican family like their family that lives in New York. They were saying that how the rent and the apartments and the houses have like gone up in prices, like how it's expensive. So yes, it is. Yes, Michael Hines is a mayor, and so
Who is that?
mayor,
Oh,
mayor.
oh,
So
that's
what?
his real name.
Huh?
Oh,
What
that's
happened?
his real
Oh,
name, Mel Sassoon.
he's a trip. So what I'm gonna do now, you guys, since they're all finished, since they're all done playing dominoes, and everyone is like putting the stuff up, um, We're gonna do like some midnight cooking. I don't know if you guys have ever caught me like cooking like at a crazy time. It's 1:33 in the morning here, but me and Ralph are gonna go in the kitchen and make dinner. Um, he's taking out the food, and I'm gonna do my little side dish. He's gonna do his little side dish. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna end this live and make another live. Um, that way this could be a separate conversation. This was actually a good conversation tonight, just about everything. Thank you guys for tuning in. For those of you who did, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. But I'm about to end this live. I'm about to get my laptop and do another live. Okay. So catch me and give me about 15 minutes, and then you can still come on the panel, Terrell. I'll hit the link in, but guys, tune in. I'm about to give me 15 minutes to set up my laptop and get it all set up, and I'm about to go live again. All right.
Yeah. All right.
See you guys in 15 minutes.
See you in 15 minutes.
All right. Ciao, guys.